Oi, oi. Good to see you guys. Welcome back for another Flaterday. 100 people waiting for me. Hope you can hear me okay. Could you make sure that you give me a big 420 in chat so I know that everything is irie and we can conduct business. As you can see, I'm rough and ready today, but some people like it like that, so it'll be groovy. And I'm grabbing life by the britches with a whole lot of not give a fuckness. As you can see today, I'm Marticus Liedtke. 420. Okay. Okay, you can hear me good. Okay, fantastic. Somebody, one of my new subscribers said to me, what is this flat thumbs, wiggly flat thumbs all around? Yeah, right. Good one. Hiya, Epi. Lovely human being. What? Good to see you. Crazy John. Catherine, let's give you all some proper shouts. Welcome you all in. So today, behold, you will see many wondrous things. Just trust me on that. I did have another script, but I thought I better not do that after what YouTube done after my love video. So I did a bit of a rewrite on it, which I do constantly because I'm like a bitch to the algorithm, apparently. So there's that. So imagine a world of free speech where I could just speak my mind. Lynn Mincy, mind you, in this stage of my life, I haven't actually got an opinion. And I'm not actually willing to buy others other opinions. Guys, I've been social distancing fucking years. I've even got a social distancing stick to keep the fuckers away from me. I was years ahead of the rest, believe you me. Okay? Stick with dogs and cats. Oh, not really. There are awesome, beautiful people here. I know that for a fact. Because I have some of them in my life. I'm really grateful for. Love my friends. Rob. I'm a groovy subscriber. Septimus. That sounds nasty. You can get ointment for that, mate. Welsh Boy Williams here. Septimus. Good to see you back in. From the most epicest country I think there ever was. Nobody ever moans about Wales, ever. If I was had one of those street interviewers that come up to me and said, so what do you think about Cardiff? Like most of Britain, everyone goes, yeah, it's fucking shit, innit? I wouldn't, because it's not. It's absolutely fantastic. It's where you put your energy. So the thing is most of Britain is in a terrible fucking state. They're all moaning, they're all grieving. It's like a fucking Cronenberg movie out there, guys. It's just dark and bleak. But that doesn't get to me because I'm sort of used to the world at my age. They're all hung up about like migrant problems and shit. Like, and listen, my father was a fucking migrant. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for migrants. So there's that. And most of America, as far as I know, are from other countries. So there's that. So it's just ridiculous. All that bad energy and icky vibes out there. I couldn't give a shit, me myself. I live and let live. I'm only passing through. I think they're all right. Donna Hughes. I think everyone's all right. That's our name, if they don't think it is. Blue Moon, M-Bus. All them icky vibes all over the fucking place. Gunnut, man. Like we haven't got enough to put up with. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. With the fucking New World Spooky Order. Donna Hughes is a really good Welsh name, Donna, from Ohio. I'm guessing there's a few Welsh folk out there in Ohio. And we got Sig from Florida. I bet it's nice and warm and toasty there. Kathy. And Sean. Vonich. Bon. How much does it really affect us? Well, it's where you put your energy. Where energy goes, energy flows. And if you're just going to be thinking about nasty, icky shit that the internet shows you all day, that's exactly what you're going to be thinking about. And, you know, this place is a metaverse. It's like where I worked this out years ago when I was in a shitty mood and like, fuck you all. And it seemed like the whole world responded because I was in a bad mood. And then instantly I just like snapped and just went into like a groovy mode. And the whole world went into a groovy mode with me. So hang on, was I affecting the entire realm with my groovy vibes or my non-groovy vibes? Well, it seemed like to me. So there's that. So I'm gonna overthrow the icky vibes that are out there, okay, with a big, massive splattering of groovy vibes. It's quite easy, really, guys. Plus, we're all a long time dead. There's that. Made it this far. There's that. That was tricky. She's Dominico, good to see you in Texas. All my exes live in Texas. That's not actually true. Mr. Razda, Kai. Not all. Fish with dogs. Seema. Brennan, good to see you. Where you been, Bren? Huh? Where's been my fucking Bumblebee tuna? The only person in the whole of reality to say Bumblebee tuna. You broke the internet with that. Every time somebody does something that's just like, did you just say that? So yeah, groovy vibes. Okay, so tonight, what I'm going to offer is a lot of groovy, beautiful things. But we're going to do an experiment. We're going to do a little experiment. We're going to pretend that we're mainstreamy folk and we read history books, okay? And we're going to say, well, there was a mud flood that wiped out the world not too long ago. And I'm going to say, yeah. And they're going to say no. And I'm going to say, well, okay then. If it's no, would you please explain all of this? So I've gone through 1,000 permeations of what exactly could have gone on. And the only answer is mud flood. So we're going to look at that. Okay, so to me, a lot of these old buildings, they've got like 1880s on them and stuff. And I think they're vastly older. I think there could be 300-400 years old, some of them. Like the red brickers in London, for example, they look exactly the same as Hampton Court, which is supposed to be in 1500s, yet they got identical brick, which sort of, to me, I think that there was a lot of those buildings are much, much older and have multiple basements, 1 or 2 levels below ground level. We're going to have a look at the world below our feet and evidences for that. We're going to look into super futuristic star thoughts that are apparently come up with a vision of man and woman sometime in the 15 and 1600s with the horse and carty world. And they are like CERN. I mean, concern. I mean, they're super futuristic. I mean, they're too fucking advanced for even us. So there's that. So we're going to have a look at some of that later on as well. We're going to look at the Greeks, the Phoenicians, and the Romans. And, you know, there's a lot of narratives where people, you know, say that they are sort of different gods, different peoples, and different belief systems. But I think not. I'll show you why I think not later. So Timothy Tice, come to entice. And Mrs. Tree. We've been paying for it. Oh, yeah, fucking hell. So we'll have a little satirical look at current affairs a little bit later in Images for the Day. All of that weirdness this week. I haven't got an opinion about it all. I'm just watching. I'm just, you know. The thing is, you know, it's the world stage. What are we to believe, guys? Or what are we to believe? It's just actors in a fucking movie. It doesn't affect any of us. We just open the windows. The birds are still tweeting and feeding themselves and getting on with life. And let's be honest, if you didn't have the internet or the news or whatever fucking whirling away, you wouldn't know anything about it, or you wouldn't even give a shit about it. So there's that. And it's all, you know, it's all just jobs for the boys. Yeah, of course, like the federal's going to be all like twitching, like because they've been at it, like they haven't been at it. All them fucking billions, whatever. I'm sure somebody be greased along the way. It's just a big fucking scam like it always is. Spark it up. Do that. Then free press. Don't fall for free electric, the equal exchange reality. Well, I think we're the energy source. I think it's us. I think it's the people. And I think they use our energy fields, if you want to call it morphic fields, whatever you want to call it, biofield, all of these new keywords that have been shit out by the fucking new ages. I think it is along those lines. I think there is a field and your thoughts go into it. Yeah, whatever it is. It's just, we always need terms to explain something that is unexplainable with words. I'll get to that though, don't worry. So yeah, I'm going to offer a load of beautiful evidences, probably the best I can manage, and I put a lovely little presentation together. There'll be giggles. I'm going to not take life too seriously, because they're not with their fucking stupid shit. It's just like, you know, Trump when he goes on about, we're going to Mars. We're going to Mars? How old is he? And you got like his son in the background, Baron. He's like, yeah, we're going to fucking Mars. Of course we are, Dad. What the fuck ever. Just rolling his eyes. It's like, oh, I can't do it. Oh, thank you, Sig. For all of us in chat, give us happy hat smiles, Martin, please. Oh, don't start me off. Don't start me off. I'm at an emotional stage, okay? I noticed, well, a friend noticed actually, Cheryl, that when perception is great with me, and I'm like, you know, not fucked with by the state, or I got nothing, no bad issues happening, I can just pure concentrate on my craft, my presentations, and they just go fucking ballistic, you know, like the lad that, you know, like the hell one with 70-odd fucking thousand views almost, and then the week I'd done that, the week later, then I got like really bad shit come, right, and I was like getting fucked up. And then my next presentation then was like a third of the views. And I was like, yeah, that's because that's me, because of what I put into my energy that I put into the posts. And when I'm on a high and I'm really doing okay, it reflects on my work and I get the flow state. But when your time and your thoughts are taken away with like what they would like is fear and doomy thoughts, which is what they would like, then it takes away, you know, your ability to function and create content, because it sidetracks you, and it's meant to as well. It's meant to grab your energy, and it's meant to scare you as well. You know, you're meant to be in a fear state. Stay in, be scared, fear, and stay in. The world is very, very unfriendly out there. Watch YouTube and see how smelly it all is, because YouTube does a great job of telling us how terrible the world is. But what it doesn't do, I've noticed YouTube, is show us videos about how fucking fantastic the world is. You know, for Africa, for example, in comparison to Britain. Now, a lot of the African countries are not what you'd think. You know, places like Uganda or Ethiopia, for example, Addis Ababa, are big, massive, skyscrapered commercial cities with everybody quite advanced and doing all right, thank you very much. And they're still polite and they're still very, very sociable. Yeah, you try that shit in Britain at the moment, it doesn't go down too well. You know, I'm from the generation and from the mindset, all Britain is like, what's happening, dude? Yeah, man. You got, you know, all your spaz. You got to say hiya and spuds to like literally every human being you come across, because this is the nature of a Welshman. And even a hug, you can get away with it. Not anymore. Well, in Wales, yeah, but not everywhere else. Everywhere else is like, are you talking to me? Yeah? And they're like this, trying to get a weapon out. I'll fucking do it. Times have changed. Times have changed. But me, it doesn't affect me. But that to be 10 times crazy to bother me. Oh, Kat. Good to see you, lovely. I'm David. I think he's another Welshman. What's he saying about chocolate bars? Mars bars, Milky Way, star bars are gone now, mate. You can't get a star bar for love nor money. Galaxies, yeah. Well, it's just predictive programming. You know, I was thinking, you know, if they ever invited me, I don't want to go into too deep about the flat Earth subject anymore, because I can't even be bothered, actually, thinking about it. If anyone would say to me, you know, what's your personal experience? Why do you think that? Because I would say this. Well, because it looks flat. That's it. You know, I haven't experienced this globe. The only time I've ever seen it really is on the beginning of Hollywood movies like Universal. Them dodgy NASA things that they show you. The one on the classroom table, spinny aroundy one, that's a plastic one. Have I seen any others? Nope. Will I ever? No. So I'm going on that, and that's just me. Whatever anyone else does, fucking hell, I don't even care. Go and Palladium it, or you can fucking cosmic command it, and I will still love you and be happy with you. So there's that. I'd have to analyze. I don't judge anyway, but I'd have to analyze what your belief system was. There are some crazy cults out there. People shut me down if I bring up the FE. When I just talk about that a minute, sometimes I think, like I was watching all of the shit that went down with some of the flat earthers, like just basically just 1 minute spending 10 years just preaching flat earth, and then all of a sudden flip a Rooney. I found it really, really weird and unusual and quite unnerving, actually. And then I thought to myself, fuck me, how different would my life been in the last 10 years if I hadn't heard about flat Earth? Well, I would have probably not even survived. None of these groovy things that have happened to me wouldn't have even happened, for starting off. I wouldn't have met all of these people and had all of these friends, like all my friends, yeah? But it does isolate me in the normal world. Like, I can't exactly, you know, not that I would, because I have a girlfriend, but if I was to go out, yeah, and like chat up a woman, for example, first of all, you've got to check if there's anything more going on downstairs, because you don't fucking know. And any suggestion of any roonies in the past, because they're a definite no-no, you see. And then that goes for most things in my reality as well. So that's isolating. So unless it's somebody like my friends in the truther community, I'm fucked for people to talk to. Actually, like we all are. Family, fucking hell. You gotta be fucking joking. No, I wish. They'll think we're retards. So tough. Yeah, it's such a simple thing to to know is that all information is controlled. They only tell the masses what they need to know, and everyone is easily susceptible to mind control. And all of these little flashes and images they give us in our consciousness of what this place is, which hasn't taken with me, strangely, anymore, and never ever will either. I don't care what they come up with. It won't change me. Because I'm going on what my personal experience is, guys. Not what they come across with mathematics on a board that I don't fucking understand. There's that, son of Overbrook. Plus, I don't give a shit. So that's that. Yeah, it's really difficult. Yeah, you couldn't talk to, like, your Auntie Mabel about stuff that you like watch online. I don't think she's gonna actually be down with it. You never know, though. Yeah, it's the final lobotomy squiz. Yeah, I heard having a lobotomy is really nice. Apparently, they feel all fluffy and euphoric, like they had an ear or something. Apparently, oh, that's fucking fantastic. Scramble my brain some more. The bigger the circle, the more confusing you are. Well, I've always been on my own anyway, a loner, really. Even when I was with somebody, I was always alone. And that's just because I was just so different. And people try to take the piss. I got like all of the usual things like I used to before I went psychotic. Got bullied because people are just fucking assholes and they just try it on. But as you get older and you get wiser and the patterns and everything, you see it all. Doesn't work anymore. That's for fucking sure. So another thing as well is everyone just like underneath it all simmering narcissists? No, I'm just wondering, because say I was to show you some videos later, right, which I will, little GIFs, of fails with people twatting themselves or face planting, for example, yeah, but in a really comical nature, we giggle, we laugh. Why do we laugh? That person could have fucking split their head open. That, if we're empaths, it was like, oh, that's not very funny. They could hurt, but I don't. I think it's absolutely fucking hysterical. Why is that? That's pretty dark, isn't it? And how many of us are guilty of that? I'm just saying. I think there's a little narcissist simmering below the fucking surface there. I tried to not laugh and think, oh, it's just like, but when you got a silly twat jumping off a shed roof with a fucking umbrella, and the umbrella turns inside out and then they face plant, well, that shit's funny. You're going to laugh, yeah? Even though they probably just really messed themselves up. Yeah? That's about them. You see, again. Yeah? I'm not my brother's keeper. Fuck off. You do you, boo. If you want to jump off a shed fucking roof with an umbrella and a face plant, that's on you. Yeah? I'm going to laugh. And I will laugh because it is fucking funny. But you know, right? I love face plants too, Rachel. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. Okay, we'll go with that. I won't feel so bad. I don't feel bad about it anyway, because I've analyzed my psychology. Okay, I've embraced both good and bad of myself, because they're all me. Yeah, and I'm nowhere near as bad as everyone else. So there's that. Cannot watch videos where people hurt themselves. Really get very, very sad. Mr. Razda, I can't watch anything with animals like donkeys being abused or stuff. That makes me very, very sad. Like, I can't. I get like literally instantly tearful. I was going to say not so much with people. But yeah, some things I can't look at me. Listen, I used to cry to fucking Lassie. What chance did I have in this place? Fucking terrible. They ripped my soul out. Dabbing good? Right. Nothing funnier than someone walking into a glass door. What about midgets kicking themselves in the face? You ever seen that? That's quite funny. Over Billy? I love donkeys too, Chrissy. They got fluffy heads and they're really beautiful. And they're really loving, like bunny rabbits. They're like giant fucking bunny rabbits. Okay, what's that? Don't bad press me. Don't bad press me. My donkey killed my sheep. Your sheep must have been a bit of a twat then, Sean. That's all I can say. You know? Listen, when I was in Texas, yeah, I seen a duck fuck a chicken. Okay, I don't know if they're all of the animals or the fowl. I don't know. All of the wildlife are up to things like that. But yeah, it psychologically scarred me. I'm still not over it, as you can see. Otherwise, I wouldn't have mentioned it. Nothing weird in this realm, guys. Dusky, what's that tinfoil letter? Well, nobody ever really gets hurt because, you know, in the quantum field, nothing ever connects anything else, does it? So there's that. How did I bust my head then? Atoms. Right, let's get some juice on the go, shall we? Be sure to subscribe if you like this channel. Just touching 39,000. Add 39, 69. Fucking hell, I don't even know what the fuck I'm on about anymore. Look what they've done to me, guys. Adam, good to see you, Louise. And the mighty Adam, good to see you. Sean's donkey kicked ass. So, I don't care if there was one evil donkey. You're not going to sway me away from donkeys. Okay, just because there was one evil donkey. And like I said, that sheep might have been a right twat. Yeah. So, no expert in these matters. Right, let's get stuck into the juice before I fail. What's that? Is that Welsh? Oh, no, I think that might be Norwegian or something. Norwegian. Called that, didn't I? ASM Future. So, yeah, I'm Estonian by origin. I grew up as an Estonian boy. Estonian camps and things like that, but Welsh as well. But when I was a kid, I used to identify as an Estonian more than anything, and Welsh sort of secondary, really, because it was my upbringing. And now I couldn't give a fucking shit. I'm a man of the world, is what I am. Wherever I am, whatever people I'm around, they will be my family. And wherever I lay my head, that's my home. Right, all right, let's get stuck in the juice. How many of you? 600 watching. Yeah, this is the post that almost never happened. Like I said, I wrote another one, but honest to God, YouTube would have probably crucified me for doing it. So there's that. All right, buckle up, shall we? We're going to look at mud flood. We're going to ask ourselves, okay, so if there wasn't a catastrophe sometime in the past, which we'll try and, I'm going under the preface of with a reset, like a computer, it switched off and then it switched back on again. So is the nature of a reset, default, okay? And I think that is what's happened in the world. I think they switched it all off because it was Mad Max world. And I think the mud and the apocalypse that happened, maybe we'll get to see it again. Apparently Santorini's about to pop its clogs. And if that goes up, well, they'll have to rewrite the maps and everything's going to change. And that is a fact. Because the last time, well, I think they've done this. This is Turkey, Temple of Artemis. I've shown it many times, but these columns, they're deep into the ground. And these giant blocks that were laid of this Temple of Artemis apparently in the way off distant past, but this thing in the background looks like some sort of pyramid to me, if you ask, because it got stepping structure to it. It's all been buried in the mud. So what are we to think about the timescales? Okay, so if it was 4,000 years ago, then this is, except it's full of stones and sediment and stuff, 4,000 years of worm poo. But that can't be the case in Turkey because this stuff's rock hard and you won't find a worm for love nor money, because they need moisture. And funny you should mention Norway earlier. This old clinker built Viking vessel, but as you can see, it is deep in the ground. But look, as they brought all of the mud back, there's this huge structure. Now, I've been thinking about mud flood for the longest time, for the reason being is because all of the cities in Britain, mine is beautiful architecture in Cardiff. But when I was once working in demolition, I was working on a department store. I got to go underneath it, and there was an arcade, and there was windows and doors under the street, guys. And I thought to myself, well, who was fucking here? Who was walking in these? Who was shopping in these? And why is it under the fucking ground? Because at some stage, it would have been on ground level. As you can see here, in this building in Russia, the mud has been scraped back. This was pavement. You would have stepped up into the door. You would have known nothing about only the tops you see ever of these mud flood windows, but below a door, which would have been the original door. And then some time in the past, when this building was up, to me, I'm saying I think it's the classical era, and I'll give you the evidence for why in this post, is mud came all the way up to here in an apocalyptic mudslide. You see down there in the corner, a bricked up window. So where was the window looking to? Oh, there's a beautiful view out of the window of mud. So if you go back to 1575 here, the Binnenhof in The Hague in 2017, you see the upper part of the towers is longer than the lower parts. If you can see this here, and this bottom bit here is really, really short there, and the bottom bit is really, really short, and this is ground level in the modern day. If you look at the Binnenhof in bygone era, 1575, you can see that the towers are massively long, and even the dooring has altered. So we're saying that the mud level would have come up all the way up to here and blocked off, well, maybe a third of this tower. So since this engraving, there's been more flood. More mud. Since 1575, there has been more mud. America, they're saying they built it all in the 1800s. There's not that many old buildings. They say, fuck, do they? To me, this looks like some sort of Roman bricking. And everywhere in America you go, they got these lower windows, big, massive basements, and sometimes 2 stories down, as I witnessed myself. All in the mud flood windows everywhere in the world. Why? If there was no mud flood. This is a famous Cardiff building, Cardiff Villa, built by Burgess, the famous architect of Cardiff Castle. But if he was such a great architect, why did he put the first story down below ground level where you can't see shit if you're in there? Right next to the River Taff, which definitely floods this cathedral road out. So that would be full of water at least once every 3 years, which again, he would have had to put into his equation of design, but he never. Why? Makes 0 sense. Look at that. The window and a massive tree. And I'm sure that tree, if this building's only supposed to be in 1880s, which they're subscribing to, this tree, 150-year-old, why would the fuck would you put the window straight in front of the tree? So you see, zip, nothing. It just makes no sense. And you can see more Russians buildings dug out, and you can see the original doors and windows. Okay, so like I'm saying, guys, to be fair, you know, from history worshippers' point of view, explain it. Explain to me then, in all logic, why there are doors and windows going out into the mud. This is around the corner from me here in Cardiff on Ely Bridge. Buildings where the windows are just facing a brick wall. Because after the reset, they didn't need to dig all these buildings out. They just dug the front out, built a retaining wall, and then you can keep the road at a higher level, or the street at a higher level. So many American cities also had mud dug out, which makes zero sense. They're saying that, like, I don't know, St. Louis and Kansas City, Mound City, they're saying they had these old Neolithic mounds that were mud, maybe pyramids, who even knows. They were all removed and the city was leveled. Similar for Seattle as well, where they just dug out the mud. So there has been apparently problems in the 1900s and late 1800s with the cow shit building up. And some people have subscribed, well, I think that this is a cow shit mud flood. So what, the horse shit mud flood. So what, the horses walk on the backs of the buildings as well. So that doesn't really work for me either as a reason for mud flood. Here we see Bunker Hill also had a large monolith of the old world, and they had a load of people come in on horses and carts, taking the mud away and reducing Bunker Hill, famous hill in Boston. It's here in Turkey. You can see below ground level, come up to there, and it looks like something that should be in, I don't know, Peru, like in Pumapunka or something. It's a similar design of stone that I've seen in South America and Central America, but this is in Turkey, this site. And as you can see, there's a door going in. I'd really be intrigued to know what was inside that door. But there's a big cover up with history. I worked in archaeology, guys. They would never let me see the finds at the end of the day. I used to ask, can I see the finds? They say, no, sorry, they're going off to the museum. And that was the end of that. Mud of the First World War. Nothing defined the First World War more than mud, guys. You know, the attrition war was designed by mud. And I think that mud that was caused deliberately by weather manipulation was been ongoing maybe for at least 200 years. I could show you evidence for, but I'm guessing you all know that because they've actually admitted that this is the case. Some trumpety sound, some vibrational sound, you know, something along the lines of cloud bursting and seeding, which would make it rain and bog millions of men down in the sloopy doopy mud. Mud and glorious mud. So they happened in the modern day. There was a little mud for Lahar. It happened in LA after the rains, after the fire, like relatively recently. I've seen pictures for, but they've had a few mud floods there in California in the past, Oregon too. But mud floods happen in volcanic areas where they get lahars of mud and, you know, ash just come into the town and they bury the towns, even in the modern day. Interesting that Benito Mussolini, the fascist dictator of Italy, really loved architecture, just like Adolf Hitler really liked architecture. So he's like, hey guys, come here. You know all that other shit all over the town? It's like, yeah, let's go dig it out. So they all dug, literally, Rome out of the mud as recently as 1935. And not before. The Great Roman Empire was in the mud until the 1930s. When they come in with loads of horses and carties and lorries and vans and trucks, you see? And they took all the mud away so we can see what the Forum looks like and all of these places in Rome look like, which were previously nobody gave a shit about. So this is Seattle. Apparently, their narrative, now I'm guessing we'll just, again, giving them benefit of the doubt, they're laying some water pipes. So they literally piled all of the mud up to the second story window It looks like an apocalyptic site, and there's like drifts of just mud everywhere. Okay, what's the reasoning for this? This is Seattle again. Okay, they moved the city, they put it on stilts. Okay. So they left the buildings there and they dug all of the mud away and they laid a road 40 foot below the building. And you can already see there's a window there below ground level. So this building is like a mud flood building. Very weird reasoning with what they were doing there, if you get my drift. And these huge, massive undertakings. Chicago apparently moved department stores and stuff on logs. So they say, jacked them up and moved them. Oh, yes. Look at this old building there up in the corner, though. Very Tatarian, wobbly columns. You've got a gantry going all the way up to its front door. It's like there's just post-mud flood restructuring a city. But that is just a mind-blowing image to me. These mounds. So if you can see here, these mounds, okay. I can't even believe they did that, but they say they did that. So this year, the top there, and the top there, where you can see grass, was ground level. So they want us to believe that they removed all of that mud. And they were using hose pipes because apparently there was a shit ton of gold in there. Why waste the gold? They used hose pipe, high pressure hoses. You can see a guy there who's not taking a wee. He's got a high pressure hose. And that's how they're shifting it. And there's another one there in the distance. And you can see all like high rises in the background, like modern world. So fucking weird. That is so weird, especially for the era. You know, tearing the timelines. Look at that. That's just nuts. There's a tree on top of there. This was a field, like, yeah, this was the ground level. It's like, all right, we'll just leave the buildings up there. We'll dig everything down. Or hose everything out, actually, which is a better way of digging. 8th of October, 1909. That is in Seattle. It's absolutely bonkers, guys. It really is. Look at that. Again, with the high pressure hoses. Let's have a look at the strength of them. Yeah, I'm guessing like he can't hold that on his own. That's why I'm injured. No, I'm pain because of actually a hose pipe accident when I was in the merch. It nearly killed me. It killed me stone dead, which I'm still suffering for at this very second. So yeah, how did they remove all of the mud from the mud flood? Well, maybe narrow gauge railways, and you could just scrape it off and get your way through that way. You know, I think all of the cities of America, Australia, I think that they were partly, I think they were sticking up out of the ground is what I'm saying. And I think that they just exposed the rest. Laid down these streets. Look at this. Are they sure they didn't have a massive tsunami in Seattle? Look at this fucking debris. It's all wood. It's like a river has run down for sure. They're using steam power there. But oh, good God! Look at that there. Then, so here's the street level, and there's a door there in this old bit of wood, old bit of walling. A door below again. Really amazing, you know. This is, to me, you can't unconvince me that there was a mud flood apocalypse. Look at it. And I've asked many architects, what's the deal with these lower floors? And one said to me, I said, excuse me, can you just, like, I'm into hidden history, and I'm wondering why there's all this, you know, these levels of lower windows below ground level. And he said, oh, I think it was in vogue at the time. Like, I just looked at him like, yeah, right. And he actually looked at me back like that he'd said something really stupid, which he had. Like, yeah, I don't think that's reasoning. So plenty of Russian evidence for mud flood, which I've proposed from, I don't know, a lot of cities in Tablitsky. Oh God, I can't even remember how to pronounce it. I can't read Russian. Omsk, in the Omsk region, and you can see, right, that all of the buildings are down below ground level, and they only got duckboards. So they had the know-how to build all of this beautiful building with stone, a bit of feature, but they can only do duckboards. To me, I think this whole place is filled up with mud, and I think it happened everywhere in the world. You look at my thumbnail, even Easter Island, and it's all about the same depth as well, guys. It really is about 27, 30 foot maybe, as you can see here. This was quarried in, I'm guessing in France, Montmirail, yeah, Montmirail, 1878, and then these big tunnels, probably around the same time as they're laying the foundations or the groundwork for like the French underground, but I reckon it was already there. I reckon it's an ancient infrastructure. I think they were just pulling the mud out. So Central America, you can see these lovely buildings, but they've had a lahar. It's come off of the mountain and it's just run down. So, you know, this is how the mud flood works, and it buries buildings and doors and stuff. But if you can imagine it on a bigger scale and more, you know, the worldwide, you can see here big piles of shit all the way around this amazing Russian building. And this was the university in Moscow, which had a bit of a tarting up a few years ago. It was a college sort of thing, a university, technical college, that's right. But when they pulled the dirt out from street level, where everyone was going in through that door, there was an older world below. Again, my question is how is that all in the mud below ground level? Because the building, yeah, was built and then mud came in after and filled it all up as far as there. And that's everywhere. And the evidence is everywhere. Pompeii, they say, and Herculaneum, the volcano, Vesuvius, boom, and it buries. But it was not only ash, there was lahar involved as pumice as well, as you can see here, digging out antiquity out of mud as well for the classical world. So what entire nations is going on here is the cow shit problem, apparently, which you cannot attribute to a mud flood. Another interesting mud flood word, this comes from my friend Mel, is indignation. Indignation. Like tarnation, indignation. Tatarian indignation. Kansas City, this is one of the mounds. Doesn't really look like, to me it looks like a bit of fossilized tree, really. But they moved it all because it's not mud, otherwise he wouldn't be standing on there. It'd all crumble. I'm sure this is hard substance. I'm sure they were just, maybe they're mounds that we were looking at, a tree trunk, especially in Seattle. Some excavations here in India, previous ground level, and down below, big, huge doors, and on the other side, columns. The world below our feet, filled with mud. Every single place in this realm. Below the street in Russia, there's been a bit of a, you know, a giveaway, what they call these, fucking hell, can't remember. And underneath, there's all windows looking out into the nothing from when they did look out into the street. Again, just a crazy notion of why the fuck would they do that. And the mud coming up the side of this building. I got a better photograph of this. So when they done this massive complex in the center of Paris, well, so they had all of these massive columns, all of this way down underneath all of these Paris buildings. From when exactly? From when exactly did all of this arrive? Even holes there going underneath. Walls. But I bet there was a few deados in there because the catacombs are all into Paris. So the classical world and the Egyptians as well dug out of the mud. A lot of it. A lot of them, all kingdom places, you see, they were not buried totally in sand. Some of them were in river mud or mud. This building here is Texas Wall. Rock Wall. Anyone there from Texas? We went to Rock Wall recently. Did you see that? No, because they fucking buried that bit over, I bet you. But they found this in a Texas field, and they said, oh, no, like, if you go there now, they'll say, oh, no, it was natural geology. But, like, well, this is natural fucking geology. So, yeah, that was into the fields as well, from a buried world in America. 1886, I think this one's St. Louis, taking away the huge mud mounds Just, it's like someone woke up one day and said, I know, well, let's dig right down about 80 feet below all the buildings. Isn't that a lot of work? Yes, but we're going to do it. We'll use hose pipes. That sounds really fucking stupid. Yes, but we're going to do it. You see my logic, guys? It makes 0 sense. What about the mud? Right there. So there's grass here and there's mud that is touching this building here. So what? Did they just dig a big shovel and shit up, put all of the shit on top of the building in time for it all to grass over and stuff? Or was that building all caked in with mud? And then when they came along, they scraped it all away. Like they do with all of it. All right, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it from the history worshipping believer, okay? That all of this has just been dug out here, right? Because like I just said, somebody said, all right, let's just dig a fucking hundreds of foot down. Okay, if you go on that logic, how's this building on top of this? And what, all of that mud's up to the side of the building, this high to second story, which came first, the building or the mud? And over here as well. Okay, that's just fucking ridiculous. Anyway, so yeah, chiseling all the mud out, taking it all away somewhere over the rainbow. So yeah, shame they couldn't have kept that. And this is Bunker Hill. This is. They had an old world monument on top of it, basically a pillar with a Phoenician thing on top. But they've moved all of this hill, Bunker Hill now. Like this big old world, whatever it was inside, I took it all away. So yeah, it's a right bloody muddy mess, isn't it, the past, guys? And here are some Russian buildings. You can see this everywhere. I've seen so many of these in the Czech Republic. I offered evidence from Prague railway station where they dug, like when I went there, they dug the front of the station away. And there was a door on the side that had been completely buried since, the mud flood. Just exactly the same as this I seen. Exactly the same as this I seen, guys. Only with a wooden door, which was covered in mud. You couldn't believe it. Me and my mate Patrick were like, how the fuck can they explain that then outside a mud flood? It's impossible. I just don't get what. Somebody offer me another logic for what is going on. Why the door is up here, this is the old ground level, and then there's all these blocked up windows, which is showing that it's going out into another place, which is now mud. Anyone? What about that? Buried in the mud. So they happen, like I said, this is in Norway, but this is like a sort of ashy substance that comes out, Iceland actually, that comes out, but in a lahari nature. And flows and buries and looks like mud flood. Again, ground level on this massive building here, and then you chisel all the mud away, and what you get underneath? Big old wall, big old doors, big old windows, big old doors. Yeah. So this was ground level from here to this wall here, okay, and this one's in Moscow as well. And they dug all of the mud out, and all of that was below. Oh, excuse me. And look how low the wall is as well. Fucking craziness. So, like I said, nobody gave a shit about Rome before all of this. This is the Colosseum in the background. As you can see, it's just all like they're just digging the mud out in the 30s. Nobody gave a shit before then. Look at this older world here, guys. Windows, columns. You can imagine this is just the top, guys. This is going really, really deep. In my city here, you can go 2 stories down. Like any place in the centre of Cardiff, and they go 2 stories down. If you go in any pub, the toilets, you go down 2 flights of stairs, 2 levels down. I mean, 4 flights of stairs to get down to the toilets in Cardiff pubs. It's craziness. That's below the Moscow streets, the older world. That got mud flooded. It's pretty hard to deny. So what again? Please give me an alternative reasoning if it's not mud flood. This is the road level. As you can see, it was going to there. And all of this here was in the mud. which is what you're seeing for most of antiquity. You're just seeing, when you see these disproportionate top-heavy buildings in cities, it's because they're going this much lower, and they are going that much lower. They all got basements and sub-basements, guys. That's just an old, lovely old picture of London going up to where the Crystal Palace would have eventually been in the future. So you can see this is actually Rome again. They're just putting them into these carts and digging all the mud out, and then you can see the Roman red brick tunnel tops there. I'm utterly convinced that the people in the classical world knew this place was going to reset because of the amount of bunkers and these underground places you see all over the classical world. So I definitely think they knew. So there was no gold rush. People were dumped into excavating ancient cities covered in mud, and I think that is a true statement. I think that they're just saying, you know, they were digging these. I seen a statement actually in an old book. I'm not sure if it was Josiah Priest's History of America, but the statement was that they was going on from one town to the next, digging them out. That's why they're called digs. Where'd you get your digs? When they dug out. Yeah. Why'd they say digs, guys? Because they dug them hanging out of the mud. That's why. So this lovely old church here, you can see the ground level is here. That's what it looks like. And then when they come along and they excavated it, Santa Clara Monastery, all of this stuff was below ground level. Again, my question is, if there's no mud flood, Halifax, there is in the modern day. That's just a good example to show you how this happened in the antique world. If it's happening now, nothing new under the sun. I think it's safe to presume there was a bigger event in the past when all of the world got covered. It's the biggest cover up in history. And I want somebody to tell me that it's not. I want somebody to explain all of this to me. Ground level, all of this belong ground level. And I've witnessed it with thine own eyes as well. Okay, what about this one? The window going out into the lovely fucking street. Oh yeah, we've got a lovely view out the window. What is it? The mud. Because the windows were at some stage on ground level. All of this was a normal building. Now it's down below the mud. So I think all cities got buried in like and that. They come to an end, not completely all of them. Some buildings are old, and I noticed that they haven't exhibited mud flood, but I reckon that they stopped short in some places. And all cities, I could name a dozen British cities right now off the top of my head, Belfast, Cardiff, where I live, and they're mountains and mud flows that stop, and then there's the city down below them. Manchester, there's so many of these places. Not Birmingham, there's no hills there. Where it just stops. And I don't think they dug. I bet there's loads more cities underneath. I bet there's loads more underneath they're not showing us. And there's the classical world just sticking his head up out of the mud, or her head out of the mud for the first time in who even knows how long. Another fucking stage set and another stage show. And there's a mud luge in action. A mud luge in action. Imagine that coming down your street. What would you do? Pretty apocalyptic. So look at this in Turkey. I think this is like, you know, Temple of Artemis is attributed all of this, but still a Phoenician sort of thing. But anything in Turkey, they attribute to Troy. But look at the size of them columns. But we have looked at the Temple of Artemis in the past, relatively recently. There's no need to go through that. Again, digging all of the mud out. And if you look down there, when they got down there, it's like, boss, what? There's a fucking wall down there. What do you mean there's a wall down there? There is a wall deep in the mud, sir. Whole world buried in mud. Again. Anyone else want to explain how that's there? So this is an interesting little shot of San Francisco. We'll have a little talk about that in a minute. And the apocalyptic scene in San Francisco, 1906. What happened to the tram lights? They all buckled up. Did the earthquake do that? Did the fire do that? Pung, 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 pung. What sort of heat are we talking about there then? Buckle metal, I wonder. The trees did look like they got a bit scorchy there, but this little bit of woodlands on the top of Nob Hill, absolutely stonking, nothing fucking touched it. Absolutely brilliant. It's the weirdest, most selective fire. in the history of fires. But this is Los Angeles, mud luges and lahars and mud floods that they had in the past and they're still having in the modern day. Apparently they're quite common in California because of the amount of rain that comes down and this anomalous big amount of shit that is between these two buildings. Yes, let's get rid of it. And there's a bit of real estate there. Now below ground level, a window, or would have been a big window, and some wallage maybe, but so there was an opening going under the road right there. Okay, so mud flood to me is definitely a thing. This was discovered, I think, last year under a basement in an office in London, and they found a Roman basilica. But you can go under London, like the Lloyd's Bank has got this hypercost, I think, in Lloyd's of London and other offices as well. You can see parts of an amphitheatre and London's basilica, right? So they say they discovered it in the basement. I think this is last year, guys. The basement of a London office. So dig that the Roman world, right? Here's the proof. Only this year was basement level. Rome is basement level. So all of that architecture, you know, the classical architecture is fucking Rome, and it's got mud flooded in. And here's your evidence. Let's have a little look at Rome, shall we? This is a lead van der Atlas. I think this one is from 1729. And what you find is Rome in 1729, when this was published by Van der Haar, had already gone through a mud flood apocalypse. You can see trees and stuff broke a bit later. But apparently, I can't get my head around what he's drawing, really. Is he just tripping out? It's like, oh, I'll just put Hercules in. That's a statue of Hercules, isn't it? Hermes, excuse me, Mercury there with the caduceus. And I've been down this road in real life, this avenue in real life. And these gods that were being worshipped in the past, these horn dudes, these Phoenician plinths that we see. So according to this guy, okay, Rome has got like a bit of rural happenings, okay, the growing stuff. The Roman army is actually active and still happening, and the buildings are all in mud, but the Romans are happening. So why is he doing, like, you know, the Constantine Arch maybe into Rome? Although even at that period, Rome is a star fort. We're going to look at some of them in a minute. Why is he drawing Rome as it was? How would he even know? Because he's in the 1700s? Or is it like because that's what it actually looked like then in the 1700s? Maybe? What if they stopped the clock and the calendar, and then 200-300 years could have elapsed because the world was fucked, and then they just switched it back on again? How would we even know? They got all of the data, all of the history, and the people. They only meant to know what is necessary, which is not too much. Here is the Roman, and I do think the Roman rode for the Phoenicians, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So let's have a look. They got Phoenician figureheads and Roman, and I think they rode for the Phoenicians. Okay. So apparently somebody was banging a drum, and then they just rode. We've all seen the movies, haven't we? How this shit goes down in the galleys. Doesn't look like a nice day, but you know, maybe they're just bad press and it was an awesome day. Let's have a look at what Rome was doing. Okay, so apparently he's drawing exactly what it looked like in the Roman era in all of these depictions. And Rome is not actually up and running at all. Okay, even though we know that Rome was greater Germanic Roman Empire as well. So this is what they do. The entire army goes through the first arch, gets through the first arch, gets demagnetized because they may have a bit of EM lingering, bit of St. Elmo's fire on them. And then elephants too, just like Hannibal. And they circle around with loads of wine and a reminder of what's going to happen to you if you don't fucking do as you're told. You'll end up like the Faceless Knight, I mean Dust, and another Faceless Knight. A load of fasces and equipment in there like they usually do. Okay. And they go around another arch and through another arch. Okay. Whew. Right, they fucking get an archy, and then they go through another S with a load of music. I can imagine it being a crescendo of music. My God. All them elephants. And again, our friend, the Faceless Knight, overlooking absolutely everything. A reminder of the power of the fasces. So, did you witness it? Many people in this field say there's a high possibility of an added 1,000 years. Okay, well, I haven't got too much evidence of anything for the first 1,000 years, really. I've got, like, evidence of apparently Charlemagne. And I've seen documents from 1280 in Hereford Cathedral. They look like they'd been made yesterday. I mean, they were fucking mint. 800 years, and hang on a minute, fucking hell, 1,600 years, and there wasn't a bit of snot on them. I was like, no, 1,800 years, 2,000 almost, Jesus. Fucking hell. 2,000 years ago, just after Jesus, apparently. So yeah, so you can see this Circus Maximus, and it is exactly the same architecture you see in London or any British city, American city, exactly the same as Solomon's Temple. It's the same architecture replicated everywhere in the world, and nesting technology as well of pillars and these things here. Should be some sort of free energy device. All of these things in Circus Maximus are trophies of their taking over stuff, which is basically what you do if you become an empire. You nick stuff. There's one of these in Istanbul as well, exactly the same, the Hippodrome, with a lot of similar monuments as that. But look, Rome, Circabard City. Let's have a look. Oh dear, 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 dear. It looks like something really, really, really bad happened there, doesn't it? Or that was just thousands of years of entropy and weather and time. But they managed to get their shit together. Oh, look at that. That's all that's left of that building there, look. And it's just exactly the same architecture again. So yeah, it's safe to presume that in these images as well, we're looking at an era of mud flood. Just have a look at this Hippodrome a minute. Circus Maximus again. So that's what it's about now, isn't it? Bread and circuses, get people in, doing stupid shit, everyone clapping and giving their energy to them, because that's how they exist, because they're energy vampires. That's how this shit works. That's how the shit goes down. Okay, let's have a look at this interesting little enclosure. Oh my God. Dear. Circus Latrivius is, right, so everything in the foreground is buried in blobs of mud. The old aqueduct that was bringing water into Rome. And this enclosure is buried in mud, as you can see. So it's not only earthquakes and stuff that wrecked the classical world, but definitely also a load of mud, because there it is in that picture, half burying every bloody thing. Let's have a look at these. What have the Romans ever done for us? 845. Thank you, people. I've completely forgot that I was actually talking and what I was doing, and that there's people here and everything. I was just lost in my little world of what the fuck is going on in this place. It looks like that Cherbanowski's leg has come off. Oh, that is unfortunate. Let's see whatever strangeness we can find going on. These look a lot smaller than them. They could be giants. Seems to be a giant ruling class. Why is he just? Is he touching his hair or giving him a slap? It's hard to say with these Romans, isn't it? They're a bit the same now, aren't they? All these Romans. So yeah, talking of like eyes wide shut types, that fucking Taylor Swift. Did you see her? She went into the Super Bowl. Everyone give her a big old booing. Fucking shit, you know. Everybody knows the gig's up. You're just gonna have to fuck off, or start being a responsible human being. I'm sure that there's some forgiveness in the next life or whatever. I don't know. Oh, yeah. I think some sins in this place. You know, it's going to take lifetime after lifetime if you do it wrong, that wrong, to make things okay, or maybe 1,000 karmic cycles in fucking this place, because although it is hell now, I think that the vibration will change and that it will become heaven or a paradise for us all, I'm sure. Unfortunately, at the moment, it's like a bad B movie, I've noticed, with really bad actors as well, you know, lip syncing badly, all of them. We haven't even got any music anymore. I couldn't even tell you one contemporary artist. I haven't fucking got a clue. Do you know, back years ago, I could have told you everything in Hip Parade, what was #1 and everything. Now, I couldn't tell you one person. Not one person. I have no idea what is happening in contemporary music because it's so shit. There hasn't been a good record since the 90s. Run, dang, diggity, dang, dang. Listen. I think they went through a phase of just crucifying everyone. Yeah. Crucifixion. Yeah, can you put me upside down, please? Yeah, sure. Do you want any lube? No, I look at that one straight through. Oh dear, 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 dear. Yeah, could that eat a bird? Do we get a last request? It's like, yeah. Can my cross be made of rubber? Good one. It's like the last request with the firing squad. Have you got a last request, Martin? Yes. Can I go behind the wall? Nobody's ever asked that before. I guess that would be okay. And then you live. In Martin mentality, there's always a way out. Okay. So you got fasces. Look at them. Nah. These are like the SS Eisengruppen of the Roman world, yeah? They come in and they do a bit of cleaning up with the fasces, which you could think of as somewhere between a bazooka and a taser. It will melt your face off if they pointed at you. That's what we want. I don't think it was stabby with all of this tech. I think they had electric swords and probably them ballista bolts that they had. Fucking electric ballista bolts. I mean, they had machine guns in the Roman world. Well, they had ballista bolts anyway. So yeah, apparently they had big naval battles in the Colosseums. They filled them full of water, and then like Titus or somebody would sit there laughing, like ha 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 ha, or whatever they do in the Roman world. I could see me being very opposed to the Roman rule if I was there. I know this would have been frowned upon in the Roman world because they had a bit of a weird police state going on as well. But I just got that instinct that I would be a member of the Judean Popular Front or the Popular Front of Judea. Fuck off, whichever which. I would be in it or lead it. Okay. Well, probably not that area. Probably the Cardiff Popular Front. Yeah, that sounds more comfortable, Matt. Okay, so let's just flick through. Okay, yes, okay. Rome is a bye-bye. So what about this chance that, you know, flamenco talks about it, but he does it by eclipses, and he's not doing a stop in time either, is he? So Isus, I, J, Jesus, Year of our Lord, and there's also a Roman designation as well of XIII, which you might see. But these graves, like Moses van Kampen, what a name, Moses van Kampen. It's good that is. He died in, hard to say really. And they dug this one out of the mud. It's got some steel work on here I'm quite interested in. I wonder why it was metal and it was coupled like that. Maybe more than just keeping the arch in place, but mud. So all of this was buried in, as you can see, but it was a J772 era. So did they add 1,000 years? Is the evidence out there through J's and I's in antiquity? Well, there's a lot of examples of head scratching. I've got a lot of, I don't know, porcelains and cups and jugs and paintings that have all got this weird designation on there. Like for Jesus, but they say there was no J and it was an I for Jesus, which gives you the dot, and that would be a transformation time period between one epoch on another, or one reset on another. Yes, that's right. Which one? And some of the old documents. This is a Lee Van der Haar Atlas, and you've got J6. I don't even know. J758. And I could just show you a load of examples. This one is in England. You can see it's a 789. What does it mean? What does it mean? If just, boss, did you want the I on the 1888? Fucking yes. I forgot it. You forgot it. I forgot it. I forgot to put it on. I've just got 888 up there now. Does that sound like feasible? Established 888. Okay. Wow, that's been there a long fucking time, Mr. Jones is. So I've got like probably a couple of hundred of them. I don't want to go through too many, but I want to show you a groovy little video. Now, I posted it. I'm not sure if this is going to come up. Does it? Or do I have to show it separately? Okay. Right, let me stop sharing screen. Come on, let's all do the Hawaii 5-0. Book 'em, Dano. Are you doing the Hawaii 5-0? Come on, do it. Play Hawaii 5-0s with me. Hey Ryan, big up. Back in. Okay, let me just share screen again. No, I showed this video from maybe 3-4 years ago, colorized image of San Francisco with the video made in 1906 by the Miles brothers. Now, the Miles brothers recorded this. This is not AI, but the colorization is AI, okay? And what we're looking at here is a fucking freak show. I can't even get my head around what's going on. There's so much strangeness. The only conclusion I can come to is these are all actors and it's a movie set. Right, check out the weird nuns. But there's this little weird guy as well, like Freddy Krueger, and he's doing weird finger things. And plus there's other people doing weird stuff as well. But we're going to look at the date anomaly on the wall. Right, let's watch slowly. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that a dude? It's like, will it be like Swansea, Tubbs? We didn't burn him. I think they did burn him. And they all look really stonking, turns out, by this little guy here. He's just really weird. Look at the weirdness going on in antiquity. Oh, hide that face. They'll know we're not human. God almighty. Maybe that's his mother. I don't know. It's difficult to say. Right, what we got? We got an 8, a 9, and maybe a 6. 9, maybe 8, 9, 8. 8 erected 8, 9, 8. What's going on there then? A load of freaks and a date anomaly at 3:15. So 2 days later, the entire city's literally wiped off the face of the earth. So is the nature. Right then, we're moving on. Right, I've got 836 of you. Well done for popping by. I do appreciate that. Is this the Grim Reaper brother or sister in the photo shoot? That's the Grim Reaper. Such a pussy. It's hard to even believe. That's all they do is moan. Bojangles. They've been threatening us for like time immemorial, guys. It's about time we fought back, don't you think? Leaf Cat, good to see you. DNN. Yo, been gaslit by heaven. Ali Bach. Zenit. Yeah, all of these cults, my God, there's so many bouncing around at the moment. They all like collide with one another. It's like they just all want to join just one big weird motherfucker of a cult. Yeah. Oh, it's called Catholic Church. Don't worry. Ali Bach. I don't actually care. It's probably really groovy. You know, just don't put me near it. Adam Cook, good to see you. Yeah, can we please get some thumbs up each? Thumbs up each. Okay. Thank you, Hippie Shake. Thank you, Ali Bach. Thank you, Bojangles. Thank you, Hippie Shake. Right, let's get back into the juice because fucking star thoughts. Okay, we're gonna have some star thoughts. Now, these were supposed to be knocked up. This is a question, another weird question for some of you people who are really into history and seem to know all the fucking answers I've had. You know, some people saying like the history books are real, and it's all true. So say the establishment and the establishment wouldn't lie to us. These come out with a library. Do you understand what I'm telling you? The library. Fucking K there. Okay. Just use your imagination, Renee, to the world of the 1600s. America, still slopping around in mud, not much happening there apparently. Yeah? The rest of the world is still slopping around in mud, okay, after the Roman Empire. And not only that, I think there was probably a big reset at 1666. 666 seems a bit of a market date. It's the world of horse and carty, where they're still doing bloodletting in fucking medicine. Okay. And they're chucking shit out of the window because no one got a toilet. Open sewerage and all of that. Yet they're building things that look like something that should be in CERN. Anybody? These look like pistons, like they go, I can just see like laser bolts coming out of there. I reckon this was a super futuristic weapon, is what I think. It's just that the arrows, they look like they're just like, you know, can just zap something off. And all of the water as well is definitely a fucking part of it. All of them are connected with water. Water coming in, feed them, filling them all up. So you could think of them in the realms of, oh yeah, these were what people, the military were building as what they call, according to Wikipedia, bastions. Okay, so what, Mexico, China, South America, South Africa, fucking Peru, and everyone in the world is sharing exactly the same schematics and blueprints for star forts, including enemies. No, that doesn't make any sense, does it? I think these go deeper. I think these are subject to mud flood as well, guys. And I think they go infinitely deeper, and they're all connected to one another. It's part of this circuit board city setup from the past. I think that these things were along the lines of, I'm just going to say it, portal technology. They just look like CERN. Look at them. That looks like CERN stuff, man. And CERN, for what they're doing with that, I don't even know, soaking money up, but they definitely built it all, and they're definitely doing something with it. But it's not what they're saying, you know, quantum fucking bullshit. I think it's definitely along the lines of, it's a magnet. It's a big magnet. To jump to a different place in time, or even in this time, just a different place. I think they can just definitely, Hollywood tells us they're doing portal technology, but them things, fuck me, just super futuristic. I bet even if the aliens were a thing, they'd be flying over going, oh Jesus, they're definitely more advanced than us. We better get the fuck out of here. Probably they would be, aliens would be trafficked anyway. They would definitely be sold off. They find themselves in a brothel in no time. So, where did you, how did I end up here? Not that the alien had a French accent. But again, pistons. Come on. look at that thing. This is supposed to be from antiquity. It makes zero sense. It's a cover up. This stuff is futuristic now. Never mind the past. And you have towers like this. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's a 12-story tower block in the center of that Star Fort in antiquity. And the rest of the buildings are tower blocks and what essentially are like flats and masonettes and stuff. But again, it looks like circuitry when you're looking at it from above, just like circuitry. But these, you know, in antiquity, that massive skyscrapers going on all the time. It's just mental. Okay. I'm not sure about what the geometry is, but again, these all over antiquity. And they tell us they're for military purposes. Whatever. Okay, let's have a look at some pictures of antiquity. This is Greece and the world and other things in antiquity. We're just going to ponder what the hell is going on. 820 of you. Thanks for watching. I think I need to turn my heating down because I've got a bit of sweat on. 2 seconds. Fucking heating bang on. Okay, mazes. Definitely looks like a circuit board. What happens when you get out of this maze? Ooh, they look a bit Ottoman-y, don't they? With their scimitars. And what is this one? What does this one do, I wonder? They look very like them, the weapons that you see in like Thor films or Loki films. You know, more thunderbolt of lightning. So here we go, back with the Cronenberg movie. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, victim. Oh, fucking victim. Oh, in this side. Oh, fucking hell. My one and only. None of you give a fuck. Wee. So here's a pelican's head. And it's weird. If you take the beak off a pelican, they look like an old man. And they got hair like an old man. This is where babies come from, guys. Yeah, that's right. The pelican delivers them. Or the stork. This is a stork, not a pelican. Sorry. A stork. A stork, man. A stork. So here we go. We're in Mexico now. And down below ground level in Mexico City is all of this groovy stuff being dug out of the mud. There, Speedy Gonzales. Arriba. See, I don't know. I like Mexicans. I think they're lovely people. I think they're really cute. They remind me of Welsh people, actually. And I'm not talking for the gangster clientele people. They're in every country, bad people. I'm talking about the people. They're fucking lush. So this belonged to Ivan the Terrible. What was so terrible about Ivan, I couldn't possibly tell you. But his hat was a bit shit. He had a nice, happy hat. I think that's amber up there, isn't it? My mother used to have a massive chunk of amber with an insect in it. Has that got an insect in it? Or a blob of Jesus blood to make you superhuman. So the 1700s must have been proper stylish. These were around in the 1700s. These are a pair of maybe ladies. I think they're definitely ladies' kinky boots from the 1700s. They had style. They had cool shit. What happened to the world pre-Mac? Walmart. What happened? Here's a beautiful bit of Roman amethyst, or Greek, actually, that's Greek there. Greek amethyst, and they've put some sort of Greek head in there, but isn't that beautiful? Some sort of serpent over the top, maybe, in silver. But yeah, I've been looking at some of the Greek art and artifacts. Absolutely. You think the fucking Romans got it? Wow, these are absolutely stonking. Look at this. This is Greek. Oh, no, it can't be Greek because it's fucking crucifixion. This one's not. So these were made out of ivy, so they had ivory, so they had some somebody chiseling out these tiny little things and then putting like the crucifixion in a ring. So this is obviously miniature. Okay, so that's a happy little ring, isn't it? Well, you could do some real damage if you give them a punch with that ring. I wonder what book it is, though. I bet it's something to do with fucking Revelation. What about a house ring? Look at what's going on here. Yeah. So I can't imagine how big it is. I'm just thinking it's finger size, big diamonds, and the key thing goes in there. And I bet this house does stuff as well. Yeah, a bit like Beetlejuice house. Just don't say that 3 times. This is a green. I love that color green. That color green makes me feel beautiful. That color green does. I used to have a racing car, toy car when I was a boy. This color green. I can't get over how many images I've got of the medieval period with giant snails. I'm not sure if that was a thing. Oh, here's Lucifer, yeah. Lucifer, I think he's Hairy Mary's mother. And do you know why I'm thinking that? And it's unfortunate, yeah, he's got bad press. Guess who's a prisoner and in chains? And is hairy as all fucks and looks a little bit like Donnie Darko. I know what's going on, guys. This is apparently ancient as well. And I think this is, I can remember what this is. Ooh, fucking hell. It's got FEB on there. Flat of British Nove, War Oct. I think this was, bastard, I forgot. Usually got a photographic memory for everything that I see, but it's golden nice and does shit. Probably a lighter. You and I art Earth. Yeah, well, we're not made of anywhere else because everything here is made of Earth. No shit fucking Sherlock. You and I art Earth. What a bold statement. And that was made in, I don't know, difficult to determine designation for anything anymore. I think comets got a lot to do with the end of the world or the end of civilization. The world doesn't end, obviously, but a lot of people do. But they're annoying as fuck, so don't even worry about it at this stage of the game. In memory of the little Joe who died in 075. He was 7 years. This is a canary from coal mine. I'm sorry to do that to you guys. You've been much better alive. Snowball fights have been around a long time. I know they didn't put stones in their snowballs like normal people. They just threw snowballs. Look, one twatted her straight in the face. Yeah? Can you see that? The good old days. So apparently this is Greek, Roman, excuse me, not Greek. So the Romans had that on their table. So they had nice stuff, didn't they? Considering it's supposed to be 2,000 fucking years ago. So I'm not sure what's happening here with the medieval period. Let's have a look. There's 2 kings, or a king and a king. And a king. These are the Magi. These are the Magi, and they sleep together in the same bed. Now, don't jump to conclusions, guys. Okay, Laurel and Hardy used to share the same bed in the Laurel and Hardy movies, and no one thought anything of it. I never did as a kid. I used to think they used to have 90s on, and they used to cuddle up and go to sleep. I used to think, well, it's just Laurel and Hardy. I never thought of any homosexuality going on. I'm sure the Magi are exactly the same. Mm-hmm. It's like a Neapolitan, isn't it? Mother of Pearl and the Mermaid. I'm not sure about this ring, but it's jolly ancient. I think it does magical things. I think it reminds me of that ring that Doctor Strange got to summon up a portal. Just wiggle your hands in the portal. I want that ring. I want portal technology. I'm definitely aiming for that. It was made in 964. 964. Okay. So, in this day and age, everyone goes on about politics like it means any fucking thing. And it's all propaganda anyway. You're on the right wing, you're on the left wing. Well, they're all the same fucking bird, and you're all being controlled, yeah, and they're thought to be in control. What I suggest is that you do you, forget about what everyone else is doing, your brothers and sisters, or wherever they come from. I'm sure they're struggling in their own way, and you do you, yeah? And I'm sure it'll all work out in the end. Too much fear of other people and outsiders. The world is not belonging to us, it belongs to everyone. This is the oldest map in reality, and apparently it's Babylon, right? So Babylon is here, which is, as you know, Iran, and they got a canal swamp there. There's the city, Haban, that you can find the remnants of that in modern day, and it was surrounded by an ocean. By an ocean. Well, obviously, that is not Iran to be completely surrounded by an ocean. So the whole of this world was called Babylon. And the whole of this world, this plane, is surrounded by an ocean. And outside of these oceans is island, 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 island. I think the Babylonian map is a flat Earth map. And I think it's this is the first map we got from this Babylonian stone. And it shows ocean all the way around. Finger bobs, finger bobs. So I definitely think it's about the bloodlines. The whole story is definitely about the blood. It's all to do with the blood, actually. I think that's what was going on 5 years ago. I think they were looking for some people. And maybe descendants of the holy bloodline and this joy juice that they all seek. Maybe there is some good stuff in there. Maybe there's some drugs in there, who even knows? But this joy juice is sought after. And even the sheep drink blood. So they're not so vegetarian as you might imagine, and they're drinking blood. J blood. J blood. J blood. So what did they witness during this day? That looks like Paris, but it can't be because there's hills. But it does look like Notre Dame. It could be Rouen, I think, maybe. Avion. Okay, so here's a load of medieval monkages. There's black people here. And they are looking up in the sky. And there's demons coming out of a fucking portal. Right. Okay. So that really happened, did it? If a hand comes out of the sky, there's going to be big trouble. And I wouldn't, all of these, yeah, they're going to get kicked in any British city. They're fucking nuts if they go walking in any British city with any attitude. Any Briton are going to tell you that. It's like, yeah, baby, so fuck that. Yeah. Bring it. So, yeah, why is there so much evidence of dogs having, like human attributations? I think dogs are watching us. I think they work for God. I think they're watching us, keeping an eye on us, making sure everything's groovy. I love dogs. I think they're awesome. But I wouldn't take responsibility of actually looking after one and it dying. So I don't think I could actually physically or spiritually take any animal loss at this stage of the game. Right, here's the falling of Babylon, which is definitely coming again, which is attributed to earthquakes. And a bit of mud involved as well down there, look. A bit of mud luges. So, yeah, apparently it was God got pissed off because of the way people were behaving. So how would he be now? With everyone just rattling sabers at one another, believing the bullshit on telly, eating on one another, fucking everything's self-centered, everything's selfish, and nobody's looking after one another anymore like it used to be when I was a kid. When I was a kid, man, you let your front door open because no one was going to steal anything off you because none of us had anything to steal, guys. And nobody went without. If somebody never had a dinner, we used to cook them a dinner and take it over. So everybody was fed. Everybody was community. And the kids roaming around, guys, they were everybody's fucking kids. Everybody in the street looked after the kids. It wasn't just like your parents. It was just like a communal thing. And it's just fucking gone. All of that trust. Because there's all weirdos out there. And we never had any of that when I was a kid. Everything was I'm sure bad things were going on. Just on my frame of reference. So this is, I guess, in Theseus coming after the Minotaur, who was actually a dude. He might have been a dude with just a hat on or a mask on, which would have been jolly unfair. So I'm only acting as a centuria. The Gorgon's on the wall as well. So he's got to do that. It's a rite of passage, so he won't get any fluff later. This is how it goes when you're a Greek hero. Go and kill the beast, go on a quest, you get the fluff. It's a bit like what happens with knights in shining armor. Go off, kill a dragon, get the maiden out of the tower, get the fluff. That's all it's ever been about, guys. That's all of reality has ever been about, is winning the women. Okay. This is in a wall. I don't know exactly what to message to say or what it is. It's a bit weird. And I don't know what it is, so I can't really comment. So these are in Mexico, and they got some little Mexico gods, which look a little bit like them tea statues that you see in Göbekli Tepe, which I don't trust, but they're the same shape tea. In fact, they're a little bit Göbekli Tepe, but they're miniatures. Were people this little? Were there a race of hobbity people? Yes, they were in Wales. And do you know them little hobbit houses and the way the hobbits live? That's how we live in Wales. We live in Hobbit world. We literally live in mountains. So Open Mind Conference coming up in July with Flat Earth. I'm going to be talking about Tartaria, and I'm going to do probably some comedy as well, because that is what I like to do. And that'll be in lovely Venice. Okay, this is in Jackson County in North Carolina, near Silver in North Carolina. And these petroglyphs you can see all over. Now, I went to see some of these petroglyphs in New Mexico with Jason and all the gang, man. And I tell you what, fuck me, it was like they had their own army watching you, so you didn't touch anything or veer off the path. And they were literally building it in front of our eyes. And these things, they were as fake as you could fucking imagine. Trying to say that, like, there was no America. So this could be Zuzu, the god with his bat wings. Bats are awesome. Again, getting bad press. I love bats. Bats are fluffy. So rain's really nice. I like rain. I like walking in the rain. I like walking in the wind and the rain when there's nowhere to go. There's information in the water, the Phoenicians. There's data in the water. This, what she's doing there, you get the same in a shower, although the water's a bit dead in the shower. But if you get like rainwater and you do this, yeah, there's data. And it's not the kind of knowledge where you just want to go in and just, like, you know, recite fucking calculus. I mean, it's a different sort of data. There's information in the water. Ooh, this is basically, if you went into like a model shop in the 1700s, you can get a lion, ooh, excuse me, ripping someone's face out. Clockwork. Oh, I'd really love one of them in the garden. So this lady here has got Phoenician headphones on. So as you can see, I don't know what she's got, the Syrian behind her, but these here you see all over Phoenicians. Okay, you see she's Phoenician by her nose. What exactly are they? Are they just like really cool headphones? Or are they just like some kind of advanced technology of clove tech that we do not understand? I don't think they're just decoration. They're too unbelievable. I'm not sure what's going on here, but they're having a lot of, he's a bull, and he's a bull, and he's a bull, and they're having a hug. Bullock. So some Bellinis have been spotted by some, they're riding a sheep thing, and they've been spotted by some of the anti-Ku Klux Klan. They're like the same, but opposite. I wondered if people will have creatures. You know, if a snail come up to me and it had a beautiful woman's face on it, I'll keep it as a friend. We could talk. Like, Martin, you doing anything? I'll talk to my snail. She's a bit slow though. The poem of Ovid. A Roman, this is actually Roman. It's from the poem of Ovid, where one species changes into another, and you see a woman turning into a tree. So yeah, these are Roman urines. So Roman women, yeah, with all that lovely brown suntan and all that lovely stuff going on, they wore these as well. Roman women had some good stuff. I don't think it was 2,000 years ago. Look at this church window. I bet that fucked with the somatic frequencies passing through it, wouldn't you say? Dead somebody in the beautiful somatic window. Nice touch. Thanks. This is a samurai helmet. No, I think samurai, I think they are supposed to be brilliant fighters. I think this would cause some terrible unbalancing and top heaviness that would get you killed if you were a samurai. They have octopuses on their head. Does an octopus on your head help you fight? I don't know. I'm not a samurai. I'm just saying. It doesn't seem right. There's no painting of some stonemasons making a massive stone architecture in the Roman world. And then they got to lift it up there. Don't worry, they got a big crane. Yep. I don't know what the octopus is doing there, para building. It's just really strange. I don't know. Bird catching. I can't even bloody tell you. There's another set of Roman urines. Again with the mermaids. And that Phoenician thing. They're supposed to be Roman. Okay. Dickhead. Completely normal in the medieval period. And this lady, she's been busy sculpturing. See her down there? She's a sculpturer. She's cute too. She done them. There she was, chiseling away, hammering away. So what's under the Gaza Plateau? Except for the big massive bunkers that are all under here, which I've posted about. There's a shaft and it goes down. I'm not talking about Isaac Ace shaft. I'm talking about a shaft. And it comes down and there's a chamber in here where they probably kept gold. But they will tell you it's probably it was a pharaoh dead. So I think the medieval people were definitely into psychedelics. Looking at this picture, it's like literally drew what he seen when he was like tripping. Like, that's what I seen. I thought, man, that was good. A bracelet of gold, keeping a lover's or relative's lock of hair. Now that's a bit weird, isn't it? Keeping someone's DNA. If you haven't done that, you got any old lockets of lover's hair in your possession? What are you going to do with them? Voodoo. What you keep for? Because you loved them. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Photographs are weird. So after everybody died, I kept photographs up, and I noticed that every day I was looking at the photographs and getting upset. And I thought I can see what's happening there. And I took the photographs down and put them away, and I stopped getting upset. It's really weird. Did we always give live birth to babies, women, or did we once lay eggs? Plop, plop. I'm just saying that's probably not the case, but the evidence is showing it, guys. Just saying. Right, let's just respect people who know about mud flood, and they're just getting in early. Alan Snack Bar, I'm getting in early. That's what happens to humanity. It's there, and then it's not, because it's deep in the mud. Now, this is where we test our narcissism, guys, okay? Are we going to laugh at people face planting? Yes, we are. Are we going to laugh at the fat blob who thinks he's funny? This is the first time I've been cool in my life. You're not cool, guy. Right, this lady, she's caught in a flood. Wow, she smacked her face on the pole. I'm sure that really, really hurt. Right, let's have a look at that again. Ooh, fucking hell. Right, did you laugh? Because I'm sure that woman didn't find that very funny. But you laughed, didn't you? What's wrong with us, guys? What is wrong with us? What's wrong with me? So, when I was in Hamburg, you could go and see women mud wrestling in Hamburg. I didn't, but they had live sex as well on the Raper Band. You could go watch people shagging in the mud in Hamburg. I didn't do that either because I don't think I was old enough to actually go in a bar. I'm not sure. Come on, little guy. Just get out the mud. Come on, little elephant. I want an elephant, but I live in a flat, and when it grows, it'll fall through the floor. So I probably won't. Come on. Everyone willing. 840 of you. Will that baby elephant up that muddy hill? Come on, guys. No, it's dead. It stays there. Ooh, what's this? More mud. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Okay. And hippies. Fucking hippies. So I've been to more festivals than you've had cooked dinners. And I can honestly say I've been to many, many muddy festivals. I went to ones with bicycles, so I didn't have to touch the mud. Even one on a motorbike, so I didn't have to touch the mud. Because people in their right mind do not do this. Do you want me to tell you why? Because you get fucking pleurisy and you will die if you go in the cold mud in the festivals. Oh, ooh, you know that hurts, but it was only hay. All right, he snapped a bit. Did you laugh? Okay, fucking hippies. Look at the hippie. So I don't know whether to just feel sorry for him. If I was there, I'd be like, oh, fucking. I notice with these new agey types, yeah. So they'll have one of them like, oh, I love you, brother. I'm going to play a song for you on my guitar, and then they're all fucking smiling at one another. It's like, I'm not feeling comfortable. I'm feeling like you're all weird. You're not being natural. Okay, you can do it. No, you can't. Face plant. No, you got to admit that's funny. Look, I can do it. This is a self-belief fail. Yeah. Whoop. She was destined to fail. You could just see she had L plates. Right, this guy's going to do a garden fire. Firebomb, instant death. Not always advisable on a garden fire. I'm sure he was okay, guys. I hope you didn't laugh at that, because that is pretty bad. Yeah. What about this lady? Ooh, beautiful move. Triple talco. Flicks back and kicks herself in the face like a midget. Let's watch that again. Okay, triple talco. And nice style. Flick back. And you'll kick a Rooney in the face. Not advisable. Okay. Well, we're going to get this poo out of an elephant's bum. What happens next is elephant's squirtage with poo. And that would be your own fucking fault. Did you laugh at that? I don't know. It's not good, is it? I'm going to share this with you at the end of the day. It's a brilliant resource. I've got so many resources. If there was any way that I could get it all out to you, it's like literally hundreds of thousands of different things. There must be a way that I can share my resource and get it all out to you without sacrificing all my time and energy to it. There's got to be a way of doing it. So this is basically a book of wonders, but there's 1,000 images in here, guys, and they are really juicy and clues galore, and I'll show you why. I mean, clues galore. Now, I'm not going to go through the 1,000 pages because obviously that's going to take a long time, but you could definitely see evidence of mud flood in some of these images as well. But clues, I'll give you an idea why. Okay, so after another mud flood as well, I reckon the classical worlds, because you see these shrubs and trees like mud was on them. So I think all of this was probably underwater, just like the bottom of a fish tank. And then the waters receded after the floods, and all of this stuff was left. Yes, and all these old Roman aqueducts and stuff. Okay, this is interesting. So this is Hercules, and we've all heard about Hercules. He's got a big club, hasn't he? Hercules is a Phoenician. Yeah? From the temple of Venus at Galgos is where they found this. So a lot of these, Greek mythology people like Hercules, we've all watched Jason and the Argonauts and seen what happened with, what was that giant's name? Thasos, something along those lines. Ooh, Assyrian Hercules. So we got a Phoenician and an Assyrian Hercules. Maybe that's when he joined Assyria. Maybe he just jumped cult or something. That's there in the modern day. That is that thing there. The Iron Gate of Mycenae. Look at that, buried up to its neck. The gigantic head of somebody. I can't see my eyesight. So yeah, I'll share this resource and the links below. Look, underground level, all of these catacombs or whatever they are. Look at all these spaces, all down below the city. They've even got photographs in here as well. Some of these images, look, there's all mud all the way up. Is that the Acropolis? Come on, let me just dig this stuff a minute. Okay, that is working excavation of the Acropolis. Yes, it is. Okay, they're only just digging it out of the mud then. Look. They were removing mud then. And that's in Athens, on Mount Olympus. This one here was, I think these Assyrian were smashed up by ISIS, weren't they, or whoever got their knickers in a twist about Assyrian architecture back in the war, and they smashed it all fucking up. So it is that. Okay. I hope everyone's okay. I haven't been in chat or anything to say hi to you all. Adam Cook, I can see you there. Fally Blue, Nora, and Ian Biggs, and Epi, and Xenotron, and Julie, and Ali Back. Okay, we're moving on. Right, so I'll share that with you because I don't want to go through all of that. It is absolutely wicked book, though, but it's the time. So I posted on my channel a picture of the baby incubator where it states that the baby can do a miraculous 12 months growth in 1 hour. So I thought, fuck me, that seems like an impossibility, because it's from a 1901 science fiction movie. Apparently they were making them in 1901, a really strange old thing, but there you go. And apparently it's a satirical thing where the over incubated baby, and it's all just satirical. I don't want to play the video because I just don't want to get my video taken down. A terrible time with YouTube at the moment. So yeah, it was all bullshit, and I questioned it from the beginning. It was like, really, that don't seem fucking real. I mentioned on my last post, and then somebody clued me up that it was all from just an old fucking movie. There's a lot of that going around. So I'll just put that out there, that this is a fictitious narrative of a miracle 12 months growth in 1 hour, which seems really unrealistic. Baby growth in incubators. So anyone who's pushing that needs to know that. Right, images of the day. Oh, fuck me, back. Okay, guys, still 800 of you here. Wow. Dirt Wizard, it is. It's all that on toast. It's a shit took a shit. It's a shit took a shit on a shit. So these strange Quaker-looking ladies, really well turned out considering, even polished boots. They live in the city of Halifax. I mean, the ex-city of Halifax, because it exploded. Apparently an armament ship in 1915 exploded the entire city of Halifax, which disappeared. You could sing a singer survived, a book survived, an old chest survived, and a load of clothes survived the explosion. So they say. That's the official narrative. The whole story for the explosion of Halifax is very questionable. I have done a little bit of a detective decode on it, but I couldn't come into a conclusion except that it was deliberate and an attack on the empire. You know, this is Canada. So. Moe Walking. I mentioned these Easter Islands on my last post. I've been thinking a little bit about them. So they reckon that they never had no trees in Easter Island, so they couldn't roll them into place. I can see a few trees there, though. So I don't know about that. So they reckon they walked them like this. Well, that's only half of it, and this is a miniature version. So I suggest that is the stupidest stuff I've ever heard. Oh, it's going to tip. It's going to tip. Wait! Did that just land on the puppy? The little puppy that's running around? Very, very fucking dangerous. Somebody could easily die doing that. So I don't think they walked them around at all. Maybe they walked on their own. So there was a tsunami happened here in the Bristol Channel back in 1952 in Lynmouth, just across the water from Cardiff here in Devon. There's Lynmouth and Lydney, two beautiful little towns on the coast. And a tsunami happened out of the blue in August 16th, so in summer, and this is all debris from, you know, the tsunami that came through and flooded and demolished a lot of the town. The beautiful architecture there. It's a nice place to visit if you ever get a chance. Plymouth and Lydney. Okay. So it's a beautiful little picture, photograph of old America. I don't know what they're burning in there. Be intriguing to find out. It's all thick with mud right the way up there. And this is what you have in the center of your complex of buildings in the town. It is a big old cow pond full of mud. Maybe. So this is what happens when you play football on the moon with no gravity. In fact, if you kick a ball at Neil Armstrong and he catches it and he gets like reverse thrustage or thrustage, he could literally go forever and ever and ever and ever into space. No, you really like that forever and ever. Lost in space. So I reckon this is a map of the Holy Land, okay? And where the Dead Sea is the lowest sea in the world, and it's like thick with salt. You can float around in it, but they say it's the lowest sea. I think that this valley, excuse me, this valley, this rift, looks like it might have been an old weapon that zapped whatever civilization was here, Phoenicia, in the past. Like a Zindi gun. And just like a massive swathe here. And all of these bits are like Lindenberg striations and stuff. Well, just throwing that out there. Bird's eye view. Right, you're up there and you did all of that of the Holy Land. So yeah, that's a really troublesome place. The amount of shit that happens from that place, really annoying. Always happens as well. It's constantly fucking hearing about it. That's better. Holland. Yummy, yummy, scrummy Holland and Amsterdam. On the dam rack back in the day. Deutschland. This is Deutschland. National. No, we are in Holland. And that is the dam rack. Look at the lampposts. And the little bunko booths and the little trams. No vandalism, no dog shit, no shit bags anywhere. Not that I'm moaning, you know, it's all great. You know, I'm just passing through. And I got an expert fucking senses. I don't step in dog shit hardly. And if I do big time. So there's that. So yeah, there he was, minding his own business one day. He looked around and then this shit ton of mud came down and buried him. 700 years. And then he buried it. Dug him out. So yeah, the World War II blitz on London exposed a lot of mud flood buildings. This is the basement of an old building that's been bombed. And if you can see, it goes that deep for a start off. And if you look, there's a window. They would have gone out into the streets or something, but that's in a basement. You even see doors going through as well. It's just craziness. World War II damage in London. Shows all sorts. So I don't know. They do voodoo in Mexico as well, Peru and stuff, and they build these things here and they just leave them. I'm not sure if there's anything dead in them, but I think it's some sort of voodoo. But it's exactly the same as what you've seen in Tartaria as well. Little bottle there. So if you're going to pass them and you're in the Atacama, I think that's as safe to say is do not go any further. It's a bit like the stick thing in the Blair Witch Project. I wonder why they built these. What are they? They look like little cannon, but they're not. They're little rocking horses. Little frogmen, maybe. He's got a sword on his back. But there's loads and loads and loads of them. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, this is what happens. But somebody told him there was drugs in the mud. So there's that. So he's sniffing it. I'm having a line of mud. That's what you say. So St. Louis got completely demolished by fire in 1859 and 1849. And here's a picture of St. Louis, completely gutted, a lot of it. And then They have amazing World's Fair shit out of nowhere. Always. So when Lady Di was interviewed, don't she look very, very manly? I never noticed it before, and I've actually seen her with my own eyes. I thought she was beautiful. She had beautiful blue eyes, she did. Sparkly. And in my memory, King Charles, and I liked King Charles before all that bad press. We used to like him. All British people quite liked him underneath, except for that royal bollock, all that taxiness stuff. We quite liked him. And he was quite tall. All of a sudden, now he's not. I don't know what's going on. But she said they're not human. I don't think they are. Let's have a look at this gang. They used to knock around with one another back in the 80s. Okay, let's do a who's who. So the boss is in the middle, the king, and he's next to the big ying, who is Billy Connolly. We have famous boxer Frank Bruno just behind there. I don't know if you know Frank Bruno in America. Yeah, he was a famous boxer, wasn't he? He went nutty and confessed some weird stuff, and they stuck him in a lunatic asylum. But it's okay. When he comes out, he goes off to visit Peter Sutcliffe and the Yorkshire Ripper with Jimmy Savile, because they're all in a club together. So Bob Dylan, the King of the Jews, and we got a one-eye flashing Roger Daltrey, and somebody else has been implicated in sort of pedo stuff is Pete Townsend, and a guy who discovered Kate Bush, lead guitarist, posh bastard, Gilmore, and a right little Luciferian, yeah, Jules Holland, Trevor McDonald. What is Trevor McDonald, the good Ghanaian, doing up there with this load of rascals, eh? I don't know. I'm not sure who he is. I think it might have been Curiosity killed the cat, if I remember rightly. He's got that same sort of hat on, I don't know. Stephen Fry, I'm sure he had nothing to do with anybody's deaths any time in the past at all. I'm not saying going to say who. Aid Edmondson, actually somebody who he acted with in the Young Ones program. Young Paul, who's in Quadrophenia. I think that there is... I was going to say Paul Young. I don't think so. So Brian Entwistle. I don't know what Brian Entwistle's doing, sat next to fucking Frank Bruno. But look up in the corner here. Who's got their hand round Ronnie? Okay, is Paul Gatt, better known as Gary Glitter. And as you know, he's never going to see the light of day because they banged him up for a lifetime in some Thai prison or something. So what did dragons get up to in the old days? Well, if you didn't shoot a dragon with your sawn-off shotgun, which you had in the medieval period, they would eat babies. They would eat babies. So no wonder they killed the dragons. It's eating the baby. I'm sure they're always happy in the end. This is the Atacama Desert again in Chile, the driest place outside of Antarctica that you can imagine. And she was just sat there one day and nodded off. And she's been there ever since because it's so dry, nothing rots, there's no entropy. Touched in that special place. Let's have a look at their faces. He looks a bit like Wolverine, doesn't he? Still really unnerving and scary. Even if he was a really nice person and he knocked the door, I would be really scared. I'd be scared with her too. Yeah, I'd be scared with them both. There's something not quite right there. Oh, Pooh, what have you done? I summoned up the devil. Pooh, why? I don't know. I didn't mean to. Oh, Pooh Bear. The day Winnie the Pooh summoned up Satan. It's never been the same since. So he just found a bit of gold. They're gold prospecting in that river. Somebody have some luck and get a big nug. Go home and say, hey, look, I got that. Anyway, where are they? So they're in an old Byzantine church of Pergamos with Satan's seat beyond. Satan's seat beyond. Ooh. Dun, dun, dun. Do you like ball games, or should I say ball games? Okay, baseball. I love a game of baseball myself. I never really realized that they, you know, had the baseball card exactly the same as the Masonic compass, even set at 23.5. So there's no mistaking this is a Masonic compass and ball games ball. Let the games begin. May the odds be forever in your favor. Hunger Games is sure. This is an interesting photo of San Francisco, and I'll tell you why it is such an interesting photograph. The building you see there is the Mint. Why did the cladding fall off in the earthquake and all of the stone look like that? I can't get my head around. Okay. So it says in the caption, which is interesting, $1 million load of gold leaving the US Mint in San Francisco following the earthquake. Right. $1 million of gold. So you don't need too many troops then with $1 million. How many we got? We got one guy with a rifle. And what, does $1 million of gold go on one cart? Okay, I don't know. Not modern prices. Maybe a soldier there and 3 or 4 soldiers and a load of businessmen. This is not well protected, is it? Yeah, you could definitely hoist that gold with that many soldiers. What about this? Utter ruin of San Francisco gasworks. So that blew up, but it's still there. Now, if that was full of gas and it exploded, that must have been pretty fucking apocalyptic. You don't really hear the narrative of when the gasworks exploded in the San Francisco earthquake. Look at that building there, Jesus. But if they did, which they would have, that would have been massive. They're very intriguing, the gasometers, the way they go up and down a floor with gas. Something going on with them. What about this in Russia? It's an old, overgrown, don't look like anything's been here for time, arch, Roman arch, and there's trees growing up of it. And plants, just like you've seen in the Levant atlases that I was just showing you with the arches then, with plants growing off them. Why would that be? And all of this, nothing has been here, guys, is why. They just literally found this shit after reset. Nobody's been near that in time. The grass, the trees, just, that's the land that time forgot. Right, more weirdness. Now, you may remember my post on the Yates and Geldof and Michael Hutchins. This is the funeral, the wedding of Sir Bob Geldof and the beautiful Paula Yates, who's actually looking a bit doody there, especially with the tats. I love the flowing blood. And she ends up dead. What? Like a self-proclaiming prophecy, or like they even knew back then? And what about the devil himself? Well, if he's not the devil, he knows the fucking devil. David Bowie, sitting there like the royal prince himself. Mid-year, he's got a dress on. He got cut right the fuck out of anything to do with anything epic when he was actually the initiator and founder, really, of the Live Aid concert. Only this smelly gypsy took it off him. It's got Spandau Ballet in the background. And we got Simon Le Bon and Duran Duran. And we got Grumpy Johnny Fingers, who's out of the Boomtown Rats. He's Boomtown Rats. George Michael, and more of who? And if you don't know who this little boy is, sure, behind David Bowie, it is the Welsh boy, Aled Jones. Now, I'm not sure anything really bad happened to him, but he ended up a choir boy. He sung, "I'm walking in the air," with the Snowman animated film, that beautiful thing that makes everybody cry at Christmas. Well, he sung it. So there's been like 2 Welsh children that have ended up in this gang. There was Charlotte Church. She ended up singing for the Pope and President Clinton, and Aled Jones, who ends up like pom-pom-pom-pom with David Bowie. Very sinister, all of it. and the flowing blood. Wouldn't you say? Ali Jones, just JP. I'm walking in the air. I've taken too many drugs again. So this is the Kimberley mine. Apparently the first electrified place on Earth. Apparently, but it's not official that this was before Buffalo in New York. But it was electrified, all right. The Kimberley mines, diamond mines, as far as the eye can see up to the campment, deep trenches and diamond mining, which is still a very big thing in Africa and South Africa. South Africa. So times were hard in medieval times, and if you got hungry because there's no food around, because it's Armageddon, the crops failed a long time ago, it's been mud since, you see. That's what they do, is they eat people. There's a lot of cannibalism around. Times are past. Again, more demonic intervention out of this person, out of the mirror. So something shot out of the mirror, a load of demons out of the mirror. So what you do if the demons come out like that, yeah, you could get quite good at this. Get a baseball bat, yeah, just squat them one at a time as soon as they come out. I'm sure it's going to be gnarly, looking like a big fly, but come on, guys, you get good at that. It'd be really good. So look at this American magazine from 1744, and this is what America looked like in 1744. What, like Lee van der Haar atlases of Europe, except they got big palm trees there. The Starfort city here in America, with all of the Antiquitech and spires in America, because that is Boston, Massachusetts. So it was like more further back. Look at the cities in America further back. Look at the Starfort cities in America further back. Mind-blowing. I don't know. Handlebar moustache is a really, really good idea. If you were in the past and you were into moustaches, because apparently they were quite the thing, I think they tickle ladies in a certain place, and you didn't get it soaked with tea, you had a little moustache guard. Now, I quite like that. Now, in the modern days, women put these above their eyes. Brow tashes, very popular in modern day, but they'll tickle you. Okay, we got some unbelievable water vortexing technology. Now, I'd seen one of these in Dallas, and believe you me, there was people standing there. They didn't even know what was going on. The scalar waves were just hitting them for 6. Man, it felt groovy. And this water technology is spiraling, and he's standing there. The scalar waves are just filling him up, man. He must feel awfully good. But yeah, you just get it just right. You can just structure that water and you just make it absolutely fantastic. And I bet it's drinkable, living water. So they had some crazy craft in the old medieval pictures. Don't know what to make of this one, yeah. I know it looks a bit Star Warsy. Luke, I am your father, and stop kissing your sister. She's my sister. Oh my God. And what about this one? Yeah. So 832, I don't even know if that's, let me just refresh my page. It just fucking doesn't know what it's on about my computer half the time. I find this really weird and awkward as well, is the cast of, there are 825 watching, Interview with a Vampire. Right, so imagine this is the premiere. Taylor Swift meets Tool 1999. Haha. Somebody told me Tool were a really good band until I listened to them on YouTube and nearly vomited. It's nice if you're into like death, sniffing death. Kirsten Dunst, a little child in this film. I always felt it was a bit awkward. She's a bit too young. She's just really something going on. And then she's here with Antonio Banderas and very zombie-like Christian. Well, that cunt. Whose name I'm not allowed to mention, and Brad Pitt. He goes like a fucking smelly old. Look, he's got a pair of smelly old tracksuit bottoms on. So yeah, there's a lot of these poor Hollywood starlets that end up fucking going wrong with these people. Do like a Shirley Temple, for example. She had a horror show, didn't she? I feel sorry for him, really. So this is a dream. Look, can you imagine? This is enough food for 2 people. This is a little homestead. Okay, we just dream. I'm just fantasizing here a minute, guys. Join me in my little fantasy. Obviously, there will be somewhere to grow something more medical, but outside of the cabbages and all of the juicy stuff. Oh, and the eggs. Yeah, I don't think I kill a chicken too often. I don't think I'll be able to cope with that. But cows and stuff. And no letterbox, because you won't have any council tax or any bailiffs coming to steal your fucking shit or anybody gaslighting you while you're on your own property. If they do come, you can just go with your fucking double-barrel shotgun, but they wouldn't have got that far because the claymores would have exploded by then on my defensive perimeter. Anyway, so the World War II war effort, apparently everybody had to surrender aluminium pots and pans by the million all over Britain. And these went off to make fighters. Aluminium wasn't mass produced back in the day, or as you call it in America, aluminum. I'm confused by this picture. Why am I confused by this picture is this. That's an iceberg, isn't it? Okay. Well, I thought that when you seen an iceberg, it was only the tip of the iceberg, hence the saying tip of the iceberg. And that this bit showing is only the corner of something that is infinitely bigger that is below the water. Below the water, where exactly would it go? I don't think this is a real shot. I don't think an iceberg would be, you know, it's so big underneath that it would be able to fucking... It would be scraping across the bottom of that water for a start off, and the fact that it would be under the land here if that was a real iceberg. Do you get my drift? Yeah. Well, that's got some drift. That's bloody rubbish. I think there's something going on with the international date line. I think there's more than we know going on with it. I think it's part of this narrative. So if you go between the Bering Straits of Russia and Alaska, things get strange on the international date line. You've got Monday the 12th on Russia's side, but in America it's Sunday the 15th. It's Sunday 15-hour and 12-hour there. Sunday 15-hour there. Now, this international date line, it doesn't go in a straight line down the Pacific Ocean. It rears off to the left in some parts. It goes in a block pattern. I don't know why they're doing any of that. And there's a few more islands who've got some anomalous date things as well. There's something, I can't put my finger on it, something really suspicious going on with the international date line. I think it's something to do with hiding land, is what I think. And that is bullshit. Oh, don't cry. Me. Fucking hell, they're awful victim mentality, these angels, aren't they? I love cemetery art. It always gives me a warm feeling. Yeah, I love a good funeral, me, especially the bouncy castles. 1862. So you get a lot of graves, and you've got to go to older graveyards to find graves of the 1700s. Maybe if you're exceptionally lucky in a church, 1600s. But try and get a book from 1600s, 1500s. Bibles, maybe the odd King James Bible, maybe 1600s. But generally, they're not easy to get hold of. In fact, items are not easy to get hold of in this period. This is why Stradivarius violins and Chippendale furniture are worth infinitely so much money, because they've survived these resets, is what I think. This building used to be in Bridgend in South Wales. Bridgend, and they took it down. It was a Roman temple. Look at that. That was in Bridgend in Wales, which has got some lovely little Italian buildings in Bridgend, if you ever go there. It's not far from Cardiff. Got some great places. So here's some Vajratech. Yeah, man, this is just like the taser of the day, back in the day. Could just work. It literally fueled itself off of our fields, our electricity, our morphic fields, this thing charged with, and resonated. Vajra bells, healing, feeling really groovy. So this is not Jesus, obviously. This is another one. I think it's Saint Woman. let's just call it that. In the medieval days, when all of this stuff actually happened, he's got a Tatarian double-headed bird on him there. And they're tickling her. Only they got overzealous with her. So there's no guarantee, actually, that she's going to die. I don't think it was a definite. So this is the workhouse in Victorian Britain. Apparently you went in a workhouse, yeah? It was fucking bleak. So they keep doing this fucking NLP with you, neuro-linguistic programming. God is good while they're starving to fucking death. God is just. You know, just what? It's going to get me out of this shit. And here is Sandra Bernhardt, who's definitely a death sniffer. She likes to sniff dead hedgehogs in a crisp packet. Pretending that she's dead, because that is the sort of thing she'd done. She was really strange, Bernhardt. I don't know why she was into all this death stuff, but look at the Phoenician fireplace and all of her groovy stuff. And there's a skull down there. She's a freak. I didn't know this till recently. I thought that they were like the aliens that lived inside of the Daleks. These weren't actually alien life forms. The alien life forms were inside of the Daleks. And I thought they were like Davros. I thought they were like little spludgy men or blob men, if you know what I mean. Nay. The cats rule the world through Dalek suits. Exterminate, exterminate. Now I'm saying it. I can hear the cat. Can you hear the cat voice? Exterminate. Fucking hell. I love Tesco's. This was Valentine's into Tesco's. Ideal for Valentine's, if you say so. Trump stuck at the kids' table while Musk is busy presidenting. And little Trumpski, apart from picking his nose and eating it, yeah, which I thought was endearing, he went up to Trump, and what he's saying here to give him a face like a smacked ass is, you're not the president, my dad makes you do stuff, young bitch, is what he's saying. And he's like, mentally telling him, fuck off, Sprog. I'm only putting up with you because your father's the richest man in the fucking world. I'm only putting up with any of you because of that. So, in the modern day in Britain, all I fucking hear is people moaning about migrants, illegal immigrants. That's all I fucking hear. Oh, the country's gone down the sewer, the illegal immigrants, this, that, and the other. Yeah? You don't know you're fucking born, guys, yeah? In my youth, we had the Cybermen to deal with. Oh, yeah. At first, we didn't mind. One or two were popping in. They run corner shops. They were a bit robby and skanky, but we put up with it at first. Next thing you know, yeah, you go to the bus stop, and nearly everybody was a fucking Cyberman. I mean, you walk down your high street, it was spot the fucking Cyberman. Yeah? It's absolutely incredible how much times have changed. They went back home. We didn't make them welcome enough, they said, after they exterminated everybody. Nah, they never made that better. Anyway, this is a surviving flak tower from the Battle of Berlin. Apparently, the Russians blasted this for fucking weeks and never touched anybody in it. They were amazing constructs, the flak towers of Berlin. But their little five-a-side football team after the war went down and turned it into a little complex. The old flak towers of Berlin, absolutely stonking. Now, I know what you're saying. Martin, you're such a childish guy. I'm not. No, I used to do this with newspapers. But yeah, I did do this. Okay, this is the Spice Boys, as we now know them. And the truth had to be told here tonight, okay? Yeah. Mel B. Yeah. Mel C. Yeah. Posh Spice. Even Emma Bunton. Yeah. And, of course, Ginger Minja. All. Fellas. There's your proof. That's what they look like before Zigga Zigga. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I want you to fucking shut up and go away. Fucking girl power. That's an agenda right there. Hate on men. Yeah. It's all about us girls. It's just tell them to fuck off. Yeah. Let's all gang together. In fact, let's just touch one another. Okay, this is definitely a Mudford building. Touching me, touching you. That might not have been how it's gone down. This is a top-heavy building, this is, isn't it? They did demolish it. That's where we live, in our own little worlds. That's where I live anyway. In my own little bubble of reality. Sharing it, I know it's strange. Doesn't matter. This is a subway that was in Brooklyn going to Manhattan, and it's in a sleepy suburb street. Look, it's really out of place, doesn't it? And weird. And there's a train going under that road, and here it is in the modern day. Dun dun dun. There's a church there now, and you can catch a tube, or whatever they call New York Underground, the metro, to Manhattansville. So everyone's getting, if you're a world leader, get a mini-me with you. Just that's what you do. You get a mini-me, yeah, and you put your little finger up to your mouth. As you can see, Trump's getting in on the gig here. He's going to have Barron on his shoulders. Next time. I didn't say sit down, take a seat in the Oval Office, because it's probably a studio. It wasn't a sound weapon that took down the walls of Jericho or muddied the entire world. It was a secret weapon. The Yoko Ono weapon was unleashed on humanity, and we haven't survived yet. Here is the proof. It's pretty bad, isn't it? Yeah. Hope you enjoyed my images for today. How long have I been talking? It's 11 o'clock. I started at 8. It's possibly over 2 hours. Okay, Martin Liedtke, Flat Earth British. You can donate, you can buy my books, you can look at my archives, my videos, and home. And I'm going to come back for a minute, see what's going on, because I'm talking forever. 831 of you, thank you. There's much more, a bit more to come yet. Right, Beth is in the house, Beth Dickinson, and just JP. 6'6" Baron. Oh, is he 6'9"? Nephilim. Well, he's not short like his dad or his mum, but his mum, oh my God. Fally Blue. Pretty chic. Blue Moon B. But I don't know which one's his wife and which one's his daughter, if I'm honest with you. I can't tell these days. Trumpskis. Leaf. Xiao Bailey. And Det. And Jamie Crane. Oh, shit. Hi, Jamie. He's in the house. And Mr. Rasta, and Auntie Dottie, and Mel, and Kathy, and Eppie. Ooh, you're lovely. Ali Bach, and Not of This World. No, not me, JT. So I almost never come live. I wasn't going to do it because I don't know, really. I got my reasons. Dallas Fowler, but I just changed my mind. Thanks, Cheryl, for that. And then I didn't want to let everyone down, so there was that. My Own Private Idaho. I love that song by them. B-52s. Living in my own private Idaho. 4 months now in isolation. My depression is killing me. Oh, no, Ali Bach. Oh, I hope it's not. Don't let it get to you. I know spring's coming. Ali Bach, spring's coming. I'm sure there'll be meets and stuff and people get together. Shit. And you literally live like that. Fucking hell, there's a lot of us are getting this sort of thing. But it's survivalistic mentality, literally, is to stop listening to subconscious beating you down all the time. Take the fuck off. Do what you want to do. Break pattern. Just do something you don't ordinarily do. Just fucking go out. Have a drink. Doesn't even matter. Go to the cinema. Just do something. And you meet somebody. Something will happen, I can guarantee you. I'm looking very dapper. Shit, I made no effort whatsoever. This is me and my scruffy fucking... Looking very dapper. Tell the children he has an IQ. Children really get smarter. They do. That IQ thing's a lot of wank as well. Don't worry, Matt, because I'm used to it. Well, yeah, but it's patterns, see? Now, if you get locked into that, like things like that, you know, I got friends that say think they're cursed and stuff when bad things go bad. But honestly, if you keep telling yourself the mantra of everything always works out for me, yeah, and everything will be all right. Everything will be, because all is mind, and it's us that's fucking doing it. And anyone who's creating a miserable life for themselves is doing it to themselves, and that's a fucking fact. Okay, you don't have to look at the world. Honestly, you don't have to look at all these bad things in the world. You just like, it's not selfish. It's just logical, because it's all bullshit, and it's set to fuck us up and make us unhappy. So don't do it. I wouldn't anyway. But that's just my advice. I've had depression. I know the score. I know what it's all about. Was Wilson baseball face on the wall of the Geldof? I didn't notice that, a Geldof wedding. There's a lot going on in that photograph. A lot of thought put into it as well. And a lot of these photographs are like predictively programmed. You ever seen that one of all them Hollywood ones? And they're all like taking a selfie. And you've got Bradley there and all the other obnoxious Hollywood stars. And they showed you exactly the same on The Simpsons years ago. It was fucking mad. Leafrey, good to see you. Raised below the level. Trevor Morris in Adelaide. Lovely Oz. And there is a convention coming up in September in the Illuminate and Alleviate convention is in Sussex, near 20 minutes outside Heathrow Airport. And that is in September. But before then, it's the Flat Earthers International Convention, and whoever goes to this convention can go on stage for 15 minutes and do a talk, do a presentation. That's why it's called Open Flat Earth. I'll be doing presentations, all the others flat earthers that are there, but I'll be doing Tataria, and people will be given 15 minutes to do theirs. So that's going to be really groovy. And there's going to be like, it's Italy, and there's going to be like the fucking world media there, because nothing is hotter than flat earth at the moment, let me tell you. Nothing. Breaking pattern, don't you? It's not easy in the middle of winter, and that when it's freezing cold outside, you know, I don't even want to go out, but you can break pattern in different ways. Just do something that you don't ordinarily do. You know, just break pattern. It's the only way. So thank you. Appreciate Dallas follow my brother. Scaglio Tramp. Piccadilly Jolly. George Michael looking a bit uncomfortable, didn't he? Yeah, he does. Suspect hence his fall from grace. Well, they do, but a lot of them are set to fail. You know, they bring them up. Only they knew at the beginning that they were just going to wreck them because you knew money that way too. Yeah. And with George Michael, you know what, he'd done some like sleazy thing in a toilet in San Francisco. It doesn't in LA. That just doesn't ring true anyway for a super rich pop star. I think that might have been a psyop of some sort. So I don't know too much about the guy, but I feel something dodgy happened there. Yeah, with all of them actually. The February vibe in Corwin, the spring is on the way. We got daffodils outside. We got little snowdrops up. Crocuses are coming up. That's a good sign for a load of snow coming. Well, you get a choice, David. You can watch it, you know, and be upset by it, or you can just disregard it like I do, yeah, and not give it. Or if you have to look at it, use discernment. Just know see it for what it is, part of the world stage. Fucking bullshit. I knew when I'd done that World War II video that I would be flooded by comments for another World War II video that has been pushed endlessly by the fucking mainstream, shouted by the mainstream, and gone into the millions. Now, in my experience, something like that has an agenda attached and shouldn't be touched. Okay, and I knew soon as I'd done a video, everyone would bombard me. There was one person and they just spam me, bam, 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 bam. I thought, yeah, because you don't want me saying what I'm saying. Same with that video about love. I dropped some fucking home truths and bombs in that video about love. It didn't even see an hour. 1,700 people luckily watched it, right? But it didn't even see an hour before YouTube just fucking deleted it and give me a week's. I got the video and I played it back. There was nothing in it, guys. Nothing. There wasn't one pair of titties. There was nothing sexual in there, and they said sexual content, and there was nothing in it. So it was just because I was telling people the truth. And they were like, no, that's one of our biggest business plans. Stay the fuck away from that. So that's what they did. So I'm tippy-toeing now at the moment. You know, that's why I completely dumped on my first narrative for the second. But I always write 2 or 3 scripts at a time anyway for my... yeah, well, I'm fucked. myself, Ali, I don't talk about it. I don't even mention it because there's no point. Who would give a shit? But I am really fucked. I got terrible fucking physical pain. You wouldn't believe. Stew. So we're, you know, we're all there. You know, we've all got our crosses to bear. We've all got emotional baggage. You know, a lot of people talk about going into the past and looking at your worst times and healing them. You know, the recapitulation method and stuff like that. Now, to me, I don't do that because why would I drag myself to the past, look at the worst aspects, dwell on that, and upset myself? Did that heal me? No, I felt like shit. So why would I do that? So I don't need to be healed in that emotionally because I've been through everything this place can throw at you. Okay, so I know my capabilities and that I've gone through it all, and I know what this place is. So to that, I'm spiritually fine, and I don't need it. That's just me, though. Other people, they got the crutches to bear; they need it. Liedtke, good to see you, but I personally do not. Thank you, Antidote. Batsay, good to see you. Now is all there is. That is no truer word. We should live it up. Valley Blue, I hope that one day I will get that from YouTube. So I'm going a bit shit at the moment with them, but hopefully it'll get better one day. And I really do appreciate that. Thanks so much. But they have been keeping everything. Don't go into it. Lemony Gill, I seen you once, didn't I? Sending sunshine from Arizona. Did. In America land. Ugh. Live in the past, be depressed now is the moment. It's difficult, you know. With depression, like, you just get stuck in a rut, and it's just hard to break out of it. You think there's no way out of it. You literally, I've been there, guys. I've been like, there's just no way out of it, and literally, like, fucking, you know, wishing you were dead. I've been there. I've been there. I've been in the worst, lowest place you can possibly fucking be in this place, in the gutter, if you like. And when you're there, there's only one place to go. Dead, or you sort your fucking shit out. But depression is a hard one, and I do get, you know, it's something that I can talk about and I do understand. Oh, thank you, Eleanor. Hope you enjoyed, Morgan. But you do get my sympathies. But you know, if you went to the doctors, they should tell us the truth about, you know, what we should be doing. Go for a walk in the fucking country, hug a tree, take your shoes off, get grounded. These simple things are going to make you feel juicy and goosey. Take a Epsom salt bath, talk to a fucking lovely friend, go for a walk, enjoy the birds, the sky, and all of these things that make us feel good and nourished. We don't fucking switch the internet on or the fucking telly if you're looking for any spiritual nourishment. I can guarantee you that. Wales is beautiful. I only got to go 10 minutes to outstanding beauty in the Vale of Glamorgan. 10 minutes down the road. I'm so lucky. And it is absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Oz, Smoke Green, and 17 Joy, and Vaughn, and Jason. What a curve. Where's the curve? Where's the curve? Well, I am speaking through experience. The thing is I think that the things I say, I'm quite entitled to say, because I've done a lot in my life. I've done every job you can imagine. I've been everywhere in the world, and I've done everything you can do in this place. I really have. And I've built up a knowledge base and an experience base, and I can honestly say things are in patterns. And when you get to be my age, you can see how things work, and you can see how people work and what it's all about, and the game, because it is a fucking game. Everyone's acting, acting, because egos, if you're acting out, you know, I'm fucking tough. That act is because you got lack of self-confidence. It is that. It really is. It's a flaw. You know, people who are really properly hard, they don't act hard. They just get on with it. They could be the most gentlest, loveliest person in the world, but they could fuck you up. You know? And it's all an act. And people do these acts. You got to put up with that, and you got to work it out as well, gauge it. Yeah. Me, I like to keep away from most things at my age. That's why you kind. And another thing I found as well, in my experience, is good people, loving people, always end up alone. Always end up alone. They always are alone because the world, the world isn't accepting to me. It never has been. And one or two of my friends who are like me, the world has never been friendly to them either. And I don't care. I'm fucking glad because I've learned, and it made me learn about this place, guys, how unkind it can be. I suffered all fucking terrible, horrible bullies in school, fucking pulling my hair and all of this shit going on, and just all of it. And why were they so unpleasant? Because I looked different. In fact, I was a really pretty kid and I looked good, and they fucking hated it. And I used to go to Fab for Christmas and he'd give me a doll and I'd be like, but I'm boy, because I had this like wild, crazy fucking hair and I was cute. So they couldn't tell me. Couldn't tell me apart. Which is weird because I was very, very boy-like. Okay. NAB normal. Lots of cats and guitars. What's Epi saying? Well, a profound statement, Martin. You are not alone. You have me. Oh, I have all of you, hopefully. But not alone. It's just what I've noticed that everyone is alone is because they're good people. Narcissists, they're with people because they want to control them and use them and everything. But I'm finding that if you're a good person, you're always going to be alone. That's what I'm finding. And probably not have children as well. A lot of people don't have children because they're fucking good and they wouldn't bring them into this. And sad but true. But I'm jiggy with it because I've been on my own since I was a little kid. My mother was gone. I never seen her for light. She was off skipping the life fantastic and living a fucking best life. My mother was. So I was just feeding myself. I had to learn to cook or starve and just look after myself as a kid. Always on my own. Always. So I'm actually good with it. Matthew Titus, I have 20 dogs. Have you? Wow, 20 dogs, 10 cats. You like my friend Dawn? She's got like a football team of them as well. Thank you for agreeing. So yeah, that's my effort for today. My Flaterday experience. Hope you all enjoyed. My evidence of mud flood. If you think something else has gone on, maybe you can just tell me. What do you think it is? What is that about? I'm not sure if I should be anything sexual. The human seeks sexual relation for theory of death. Okay, with relationships. Okay, yeah. If you nail the awesome sex, fucking brilliant. But what about after that? What are you going to do then? So you've got to know whether the partner is somebody you can get on with and talk to and spend time with and relax with. Yeah, instead of just bickering and arguing like a lot of couples who shouldn't even fucking be together. And you find this over time. Yeah, if you spend months with people, you get to know what they're like, their quirks, whether or not they're going to turn fucking psycho later, because that happens a lot. Did in my life. And then you just find out about the people. But sex is a big, massive bonus if you just nail that. But if you can nail that and, a good relationship of, intellectual rapport, something to talk about, and the same interests, go to the same places, like the same things, then you fucking nailed it, haven't you? How many of us got that? Yeah. So, hope you all enjoyed your Valentine's Days. That's another marketing ploy, like Easter and everything else. Just bollocks to make money. Graffiti tattooed. I'm not alone. No, I'm alone. No kids. See what I mean? Like a lot of my friends as well, and they're just lovely people, and that's fucking mine. Kathy, thank you. Right, make sure to subscribe. I still got 750 people loitering around. Maybe in the next life, Annie. Well, it's never too late. How old are you? Depends what you want. Some people just like, I wish I could meet the love of my life. Yeah, the one, and then everything will be just awesome forever. Is a flawed thought, because I don't think anyone ever gets actually that fucking dream. Is 1,000,000,000 to 1, I reckon, because something always happens, and quite tragic in some cases. Oh, you need that in between. You do. To be able to get on as a friend, first and foremost. Like I said, yummy sex is a plus then, isn't it? Yeah. Nico, good to see you. Max. Marianne, thanks for a brilliant presentation. Thank you, Dimples. And my mate, Tone. I'm celebrating No Walking Backwards Day, and I fell under the ass of a tip. Oh, well. Vaughn, what you say, mate? Excuse me. Met my soul flame. We nearly killed each other. Yeah, I did the same. I thought that, and it was just it ended up fucking toxic, fucking addictive relationship with just brutal hell like a horror film. If I'd only had the courage to walk the fuck away, but it was because of kids. I thought like I don't want anyone else bringing these up because I just don't. I want, to be right, because that my son he's just so honest and upstanding and never do anything criminal or anything like that. Just a really good person, and that's what I wanted. I think if I hadn't been around him with the way it is around here in my neighborhood, I don't think that would have been. So there's that. Benjamin D. So you make sacrifices for your children. That's true. Sharon Saunders. When you love them, what are you going to do? Max. I need a septic system outhouse. Ooh, sort that out, mate. With a Rooney. Southern Ontario Sasquatch. And Achilles Arrow, excuse me. No Man is an Island, yes, if I say it. Thank you, Bishake, for your constant linking things up. Pilaro Pip. People don't know what love is anymore and the age of social media, sadly. Well, that has been a part of it, yeah. Yeah, it is. There's different interpretations of what love is now compared to what it used to be. But that fucking trap they got us into, a family fucking thing and all that. Well, I don't want to mention it anyway because YouTube kicks me off. Thank you, Nora. I know what you think. So, and Isabel, what you saying, bro? If you go about links on your site, I didn't even know you had a site there, Isabel. Oh, I have seen you. I have seen you. Yeah. Wheezy and snacks. Of course, I'm driving. Well, be bloody careful. Social engineering culture. Yes, that's what they're doing. Anyway, I gotta go, guys. Talk for the 10th and ever. Celebrating my grandson's birthday today. Ooh. Well, happy birthday to your grandson, Liddy. I didn't even think you was old enough, love. I thought you was a youth. Martin, have you changed your room around? No, I just haven't got a green screen. I might have changed it wrong. No, I haven't. Just the same. I was thinking of getting decorating, but I don't want environmental shock. And plus, I can't get my shoulders back. I can't lift my arm. So there's that. If I get someone to do it, maybe in my dreams. Almost have a define words before having a conversation. Well, that's something I learned. I'll just say about that, Benjamin. Bruce Lee once said, right, keeping calm is a superpower. And that's where I learned early on is, when people were coming at me, which I had a lot in my life, could believe you me, I just kept calm. So they were going fucking nuts. And I was just loosey-goosey and calm. And they had, well, against that, there's no defense, because I could slow everything down. And now what I do as well, instead of just shooting my mouth off, is I'm very careful about how I answer and what I say, because the society we live in deems that, yeah. And I'm an old-fashioned British person, so I've got to be very fucking careful what I say. So when people talk, I think, well, I slow down and I think about it, because I have to slow my thoughts down for the average person for me to register what the fuck they're saying anyway, because my mind operates on different levels. So I got to slow it right down to be able to talk to them, and then interpret what they're actually saying, which is usually bollocks. So there's that. Thank you for there you are, linking my son's channel up. Ostraga Metals, there he is. Ostraga Metals, my son Lawrence Liedtke. Mina. Be water, my friend. Yeah, Bruce Lee done a lot of cool shit, didn't he? Really like Bruce Lee. Don't die with your music in you. I don't know. Be good if you could die in Schnoo Schnoo. That would be brilliant. Have a heart attack. Brilliant. Epi, Matt, I wouldn't want your nerve in my tooth. No, I'd sting. Joey, love the humanity. Good. Let's spread the love and spread the humanity, humility, and everything else. All the good vibes. And fuck all the icky vibes that are out there. Ugh, jeez. They want everyone fucking victimizing themselves. Fucking you do you, boo. I'm happy. Happy with my little lot and my little flat earth British universe. Thank you very much. Minding our own business, not doing any harm. Dropping them big truth bombs. Okay. Okay, I got to dive off, guys. I'm going to put the kettle on, have the last coffee before it's too late. I don't drink, really, on my own. Drinking on your own would be alcoholism. Alcoholism. Thank you, Nora. Too much in the head, Martin. Bring your awareness down to your heart. Aw, see, Dallas is so awesome. Regalio, good to see you, man. In Breslau. Ooh, I've never been to Breslau. Near, but not there. But Jesse Palowski, good day from Australia. Good Polish name you got there. Poland's like the best country in Europe to be in at the moment. It's beautiful there. Oh, I love Poland anyway. Best times ever there. Back in the day. Take it easy, Matt. Thanks, Beans Toast. Thanks, Dallas. Thanks, Howler. Thanks, Liddy. Thanks, Oliver Billy, brother, Coast Weller, California. Checking you in. Ooh, look at you, Coast and Weller, on California. No, I do like a drink, but I've got to be with a friend out, and I like a Bloody Mary or a margarita or a Guinness. But that's it. Where attention goes, energy flows. Well, I thank you, you know, so many people, 700, 800 of you, spending your time here with the gang in chat, listening to me carry on all night. Is something really good of you. Thank you. Do appreciate it. I wasn't going to bother earlier. I'm not going to say that I was in a bad mood and sulking, but I was maybe in not as good mood as I thought I was going to be, because it all changed when I went live and you lot turned up. I felt great then. Poland is beautiful. You love the place, love the people. The people are so lovely, so giving, and so hospitable. I love good hospitality in a country. They're not very. Wales is good still with the hospitality. Come on in, you know, like they do in Texas. But the rest, the world's gone really cold, just uncaring. Yeah, it's a good community. Ours is one of the best. We've been going for like 10 years. I've done about 1,000 of these things, Flaterdays. I've been doing it for years. This is my 10th year of YouTube. I'm definitely going to have a celebration somewhere along the line. Maybe I should have a big Flat Earth British 10-year bash. No, that sounds like a lot of work. I don't think I could handle that. I got to be careful where I put my energy these days, because my energy levels are dropping because I'm getting older. I'm, you know, 57 years of age, by the way. I'm not a kid anymore. I notice as you're getting older, my energy levels are dropping off. But I still got youth. I'm going to get a bike. I got to get a bike. I'm going to get some money. I'm going to get a bike. And I'm going to ride around in spring and get wellier. I was going to say healthier, but that's hell again. That's what you're definitely in hell. Oh, aren't you healthy? Okay, no. See what you did there. Thank you, Miss Red. Okay, I'm going to go. I know Ali back. Anyway, cheer up. We're all on your side. You're not alone. Just come to the chat. Twice a week I do shows now, guys. Okay, make sure the thumbsies up this. Okay, got 600 thumbs up. Give me a few more, and then I'll be shitting out of you. Thank you for that, bro T. There you are. It's almost 3 hours. I think I started at 8:30. Yeah, 3 hours. Wow, time flies when you're having fun. 55-year generation best generation. Gen X, is that what we were called? Yeah, I was born in summer of love, 1967. I was proper born into psychedelia. And then I grew up in the 70s. Days of Bolan and David Bowie and fucking all that. And then the 80s were brilliant. Oh, God, I loved the 80s. The 90s were pretty shit hot too. And then after that, nah, things went bad. I did it to myself. So, New West channel and Hippie Shake's linking up. And Stu and Para. So tomorrow I'm going to be over with the guys from Paranormies. I think they're over on BitChute. I'm not sure, but I'll as soon as I get the link in the show, I'll check it out there. Maybe you can join over. But I do have a screen with Skull and Jolly and the boys. I'm sure we're going to have a classic show like we usually do over in the Paranormies camp. So that'd be good. Tomorrow night, that is, same time, 8 p.m. Okay? Keep an eye out. And as I said, I'll be sharing the links. So that's me for this weekend. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video. And anything else that's groovy. 1975 is a great vintage. Dimples, I don't think you were born in 1975. Probably 1985. Don't think so. You're not that old, are you? So yeah, knocking fucking 60. I can't even believe it. I fucking know, like, mind you, I outlived all my friends, sadly, except my bro downstairs. I've known him since we're going 50 years, like almost baby mates. But all my other mates, all gone, all dead. Can't ring one of them because they're all gone. So there's that. So I outlived them fucking all. So there's that. Which is pretty groovy. Mel, you are what? 1964. So what? You're like 60 something. Your last day of 1964. 1974, Nico, was you? So, you're still like, I think 50. 49, not 50. Well, what the average age of my watches are. Don't think I get young people. They wouldn't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Look forward to having you back. Oh, thank you, Hollis. Paranormies. Woohoo. Giggy, what are you saying? I see you, Peter. There you are. How old are you, Tom? You're 60 fucking 2? I thought you was way younger than that, Tom. 62, hippie. God, you're good for your age, hippie shake. I must say, 62. Don't look that. As usual, I'm the eldest. Oh, I'm not telling everyone how old you are, Alpha Billy. You're not that old. You're as old as you feel, as you know. I just turned 65. Can help, Joe. 1995. Jesus Christ, that's like a fortnight ago, isn't it? Oh, that candle's going, man. So let me move my laptop. Shit. Fucking melt my computer. Oh, happy birthday. Oh, happy birthday to March, anyway, Monica. 52. See, 52 is the new 30. I think people in their 50s now are looking pretty fucking good compared to what people in the 50s used to look like. Because they used to look like old people. I don't look old. I don't feel old either. You're 26, Tony Huckleberry. Jesus, she's just a baby. 26, fucking hell. So I feel like 25, you says. As old as you feel. 1979, cracking year in 1979. Started high school then, Scott. You know, I was up to all sorts in 1979. Leslie, 1959. Wow, Leslie, how are you even typing? I'm only joking. Wow, I don't even know. I can't do the math. That's too long ago, and I don't math, by the way. I'm sure you know. Taya, typing, see, 1995. Wow, you look loads older than that. I'm only joking. You look loads younger. Jess. Yeah, don't worry. I'm not allowed to talk about love. Stay away from them subjects. And Marie, stay away from their precious business models that are earning billions, trillions. Moldy, I know the game goes. Shut up, man. Misread. I'm sure I don't feel 60. Listen, I'm sure you feel 60. Listen, there's many a fine tune played on an old ham. That's what they say. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nothing wrong with the vintage. Tangy. 1923. I think you're lying. I don't believe you were born in 1923, Stuart. Stop making stuff up. And if you are born in 1923, no, you are born in 1923. That's just silly. You're over 100 years of age. You're 100. Penelope. Hail. You were asking over the phone my year of birth. Then I replied the date. When the dinosaurs were around. Yeah, I usually say it back to the make-believe Stone Age. That's usually my answer. Left to Canada land. Coney Island. Ooh. I was born in 62, is you? We used to sing a song when I was in school. We won the war in 1964. And I'm like, what the fuck you on about? We never even had a war in 1964. And they're like, yes, we did. It's like, no, we fucking never. God, they were stupid, the kids, when I was in school. I had one kid, Peter Thomas. God, he was mental. He literally took a seagull out of the sky with a stone. He was a brilliant shot with a stone. And he hung his dog on the line by its ears with pegs, which is obviously animal cruelty. He was not right in the head. And he chucked a roofing slate at my sister and it's stuck in her leg. So there's no, a head. It's stuck in her head. Yeah, there was that. He said to me, he said this. He said, we're walking down the hill and you can see Cardiff in the horizon, the city. And he went, Martin. I went, yeah. He said, over there, is that China? Is that China, Peter? It's like, yeah, is that China? I was like, no, that's Roth. Like, oh. So yeah, people didn't. This candle's killing my room. I've got a bit of a fire going on over here, guys, a minute. If I could just show you the wax leakages on my table. I've got a fucking disaster going on here. I'm sorry. Oh, shit. Candle's got fucking mental. I gotta go. It's getting on. I'm gonna go bed soon. Anyway, make sure to subscribe. Thank you all for being here. And thank you so many people for being here. And I hope you enjoyed my post of evidences saying that there was a mud flood and that it's pretty hard to deny that there was a mud flood. Rove Park, you know that, Leafy? Yeah, of course you do. By the evidence that I show, unless you can think of something else that happened, and let me know in comments. That'd be good. No, it's not. It's a bit hot on the side, just Steve. A bit hot. Okay, thank you. Love you all too. No, I don't eat cereals because cornflakes have got bromides in there and they are anti-stiffy cereals, which is why serial killers eat loads of cereal, I guess. I don't know. Reading to Mr. Kellogg, his real reasoning for what he did fortifying this cornflakes and what he was up to. So if this was my wrong, things would be completely different. Oof. I got a brilliant business model. I could save Britain in literally, well, my 4-year model. Fuck 5 years. I can do it in 4. All they got to do is put me in power. Nobody would die. Thank you, Pill. Well, people die anyway, don't they? All the time. People die every day, don't they? So there's that. Okay. Can't do nothing about that, can we? What am I supposed to do? Be upset for everybody that dies somewhere in the fucking world? I just can't be. Like, somebody just died. Oh, no. Oh, fucking hell, I feel terrible. Like, don't know it. Don't feel terrible. Yeah, serial killer. Yeah. Rice Krispies, smack, crack, and popped. Yeah. I love Rice Krispies. Yeah, don't equation me, Dougie. Yeah, don't equation. Yeah, what? Don't do that. Don't calculus. Don't equation us, man. I don't math. You give me a bleeding brain doing things like that. Okay, I'm going to have some dreams. I love my dreams. They're absolutely brilliant. I can't wait to get my coochie bed. All nice and snug. I'm going to do some drinking chocolate. got one left. That'd be nice. Them cocoa, just like an old man. I put my slippers on. Smoke a pipe. Kiss, kiss, good night. Who's going to tuck me in? Go on, off with you. See you later. Zena, what you saying? That's why I always put you, Zena. I'm sure you'll all know one day. Carrie? The serialization of serial killers who ate cereal. I don't want to go in too much into the... Ooh, no, ooh, Mel was there. I didn't even see you there, Mel. I don't want to go into the details of people who eat cereals constantly become serial killers, because it's just, I'm passing through. I'm not really bothered. I noticed, I can't imagine, I can't even remember, I don't think there is, but I can't even remember any black serial killers. They're always white. Bundy, fucking, and in fact, every single Fred and Rose West, every single serial killer I can think of is white. Have you ever noticed that? I don't even know of one black serial killer. I'm just saying, just chucking that out there in case you haven't noticed. I did. I don't think they do it. Maybe no one does it. Maybe serial killers are not a thing. Shreddies, that's what we call underpants in the 80s. I don't like shreddies. It's too fucking dry. So I don't eat cereal. Don't like them. I like a bit of porridge now and again, but not when I'm cooking it. They're in gangs, usually not loners. No, don't worry about them. Empaths can absorb sadness and gladness. I hurt my own feelings. Frosty in your pants. I hurt my own feelings at Quinn Martin production. Fruit Loops are multicolored. I don't think they're Fruit Loops anymore. I think they're Fruity Loops. I think there's a Mandela effect with Fruit Loops. David, I gotta go, mate. Can't just fucking stay here all day talking about wank. Serial killer psyop. It is. I think there is, because they're all dressed in orange skin, Flint, aren't they? And let's be honest, the narratives behind them, like with Bundy and shit like that, it's just stupid. I don't think anyone does that. So I think it might be just government propaganda telling us that people are actually like that when they're actually not. Maybe. I don't trust the narrative for any of them. They're all dressed in orange and they have orange hair. I'm just saying, 33. Cosmic 4-piece. I haven't been gone anywhere yet. You can't miss me. I'm going to be back in a couple of days. I'm going to do a midweek post. I'm probably going to do... No, Nico, I don't think that was a real thing. I don't know. I'm not big on American news, but I did hear about that. But yeah, anyway, how do we end up on the conversation of serial killers? Cocoa Krispies, no, not first. Rice Krispies are okay. I had a Rice Krispie eating competition once. I killed myself. You can piss off now. All right, Tone, I'm going. Fucking hell. I'll see you later. You saw the sun. I'll be back soon.